Time to lock in. Pork, your pain is eternal, yeah. I don't think my voice recovered all the way, but that's okay. It's easier to get in character for Denny that way. Oh. And the fact that I'll have to put on the Stone Cold Steve Austin voice for Ozzy. It's gonna be fun. Hey, Kissif. I would rather be playing Bug Fables right now, but I did this to myself. I'm here for the voices, okay? Denmian, yeah. That's what he gets for smoking. That's what happens when you don't have Randy in your life. Yeah, when Damien tried smoking in Wanigamu, Randy made him smoke the whole pack. And that's why Damien doesn't smoke in Wanigamu. He learned his lesson. There was no father figure here. Encore has another new demo, like another one. I heard it was supposed to be coming out within the week for, I think, bug fixes and stuff. Good thing I didn't play it. I don't think anyone else streamed it. In fact, let me look. Allow me to stretch the time to look more. The last week. No, I don't see any streams unless it's on Twitch. The only thing for Snoot Encore this week is the announcement trailer. Or the Sage announcement from Encore themselves. Ain't no one streaming this day one. Not on YouTube. No one cares. At least no one that matters. Porker should keep the voices off in Encore. Yeah, that's what I was planning. I will voice it. And I'll voice it terribly. But yeah, it depends if we get through the Olivia stuff this week. So I got today, and I'm gonna set up Friday for this too. Maybe Sunday, if it goes that long. Hopefully it doesn't. We gave it a good 3 hours last time. And I think I read it faster than the AI voices do, so we're making better time. Get my AC remote on standby, because I know I'm gonna need it. Doing this works up a sweat. I can't imagine doing a project based off the original, but it's like, yeah, let's make it worse. Oh, it's a furry who's leading it all. That's all you need to know. We'll go for one more minute. Ooh, that was a good crack out of my neck. Nice. God, sleeping's been incredibly bad for my neck. Just so much tension that keeps me up. Like, it feels like it's a miracle I even fall asleep at all. But yeah, I'm gonna tomorrow morning will be strictly just bug fables in the morning and in the evening. I want to get that mod all done with, or at least up to the boss, and then we'll probably take a break and put on something else. It'll probably take a few streams. Anyways. Any minute, come on. I didn't change it. There you go. There you go. Throughout the rest of the day, I keep a low profile. He has successfully killed my appetite for studying and socializing both. With Damien, I talk some, but not a whole lot. His concern shows, but after a polite yet firm refusal on my part to talk about it, he drops the subject, for which I'm grateful. Even now the classes are over, my mood hasn't improved much. I'm basically on autopilot, making my way to the girls' dorm without even really thinking about it. The heavy clouds above still haven't let up, making me feel even worse about this whole ordeal. If I get drenched to shit all because of Olivia, honestly, I don't know what to do, or what I'd do. Get helplessly mad like I am about everything else, I suppose. I know it's wishful thinking, but I really do hope that crocodile girl won't keep me there for too long with another one of her weirdo conversations. I'm gonna get this thing done as fast and painless as possible. Maybe even grab a smoke on my way back. Lately, I've been trying to lay off, but after a day like this, Rap G knows I need the blessing of that sweet, sweet nicotine. I don't remember this. I think this is new. I think this is where we run into Ozzy. As I come upon the girls' dormitory building, a figure grabs my attention. That's Ozzy. It's only for a couple of seconds as we walk past each other, some older dino fella. He gives me a look too. He's vaguely familiar, but I just can't place him. Must be a janitor or something. Maybe a gardener. Someone I've seen from the corner of my eye once and decided they're not worth my time. He looks like that anyway. Some no one. And just like that, that's the last piece of thought I waste on him. I navigate through the building with ease, by now knowing the layout better than I reckoned I ever would. In a matter of mere minutes, I'm standing in front of the door to Olivia's room, the nameplate on it reading the same as ever, Olivia A. Gator. I sigh, knocking on the door and doing my best to prepare for what's to come.
Just a second.
A second, she says, though as per usual, it takes her almost a full minute to get to the door.
Hello there, my favorite ball postal worker. What's up?
Wow, she sure is full of energy today. Probably not a good sign. Yeah, hi. I'm just dropping by wait, shit. I look down at my hands and notice the absence of school supplies in them. Aw, fuck, I forgot to pick up her shit from Mr. Latican. It must be that I was too preoccupied thinking about the inevitable doom of my reputation and all the rest that comes with that fact. Rubbing my temples, I flatly wave a hand at Olivia. No, never mind, apparently I have brain damage.
Oh, what kind?
The forget your shit and waste everyone's fucking time kind. Why? What does it look like to you?
Exactly the kind it looks like to me.
Sigh. My whole body deflates, all the remaining strength I had in me vanishing at once. God fucking shit fucks. I can't believe I couldn't even do one single thing right today. I failed to support my friends, failed to stand up for myself, and apparently failed to play delivery guy too. Now how simple is that? Well, I suppose it's too complicated for the likes of little old me.
Hey, it's okay. Don't take it too hard.
Oh, what? Shit, not paying attention. I probably let my disappointment show. Getting a little embarrassed herself, Olivia looks back inside of her room for a second.
I haven't actually done any studying this week, so it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I appreciate you coming here and all. It's just that I've been working on something and didn't have much time for anything else.
Oh. Wow, it sure is good to know that I've been playing Repo for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever. Makes me feel all better about it, truly. And who cares if she's studying or not, anyway? That doesn't make my day any less shitty. I am the victim here. That's it. It's not me who has brain damage, it's everyone else. The whole damn world. It's a conspiracy and everyone's in on it. The puppet master and the marionettes, and I'm dancing to their tunes. Well, if it was a funeral march, maybe. I sigh again, tired of everything. Just everything. What have you been working on? I don't even know why I asked, not like I care, and not like I get a normal answer either. No, I fully expect Olivia to go on a tangent about the meaning of soul and reincarnation or some shit. That has nothing to do with anything, not sensible at any rate. I guess I'm just going through the motions till the conversation finally ends.
Well, hey, wanna come in and see him?
Him?
Yeah, I mean, I was putting some touches on it just now, and trying to figure out what the best Dino Maiden song to go with them.
She's already turning around with her chair, hand on the doorknob as she says all this, and I'm left wondering. Oh yeah, that's where we listen to a song with Olivia. What's happening? Is she seriously inviting me into her room? Just like that? Let me turn on the... Oh shit, the AC isn't even on! What the hell? If only it was this easy with other girls too. Ask them one question, poof, bedroom time. The thought is so comical that I almost have to suppress a laugh, nearly missing Olivia's next question.
I'm not sure if Dino Maiden's the best choice either, like, for the theme, you know?
She's opening the door now, and I can indeed hear some sort of rock music that's been muffled by the wooden panels this entire time.
Would Snoot Baton be better? THINKO, you're you. What do you think about...
Olivia's already past the door as she stops, words cutting off mid-sentence. I nearly bump into her. It's so sudden. I take a step back while she whips around with her wheelchair, looking me top to bottom with a serious and analytical gaze. Huh? What's wrong?
No, bye.
With that, and a sharp nod, she shuts the door on me so hard, the draft almost knocks my sunglasses off. What the fuck? What's happening? Is this some kind of dino joke? No. I put my ear against the door, but the only thing I can hear is the music. What? Well, fuck you too, then. I didn't even want to go in. That's right, I wanted to get out of here ASAP, didn't I? Make my day, bitch. See if I care. I turn away from the door, mumbling under my breath. Fucking Olivia, I swear to God, I'll make this her loss. I'll be the best in the whole school, the whole town, the whole world. I'll die. Huffing and puffing to make myself a little... Huffing and puffing to myself for a little while longer, and being totally justified about it, I leave that highly esteemed establishment behind, power walking all the way back to my room in the other dorm building. Being rejected by a fat girl, and a cripple one at that. Ooh, that's gotta be a new low. Definitely. Just who does she think she is anyway, turning me away like that? Fuming to myself, I grab the pack of cigarettes I've hidden taped to the underside of my desk and waltz to the balcony. I don't care what it takes today. I'm going through that stupid door one way or another. Huh? Wait, what's this? Approaching the door, I notice there's already a plastic ID card wedged into the door in its frame. Could this be? Cupping my hands against the glass pane, I look out into the balcony. Unfortunately, though, the sun has already started to set, so I can't see a whole lot outside. Not like there's much I should even be seeing. Even if Damien is out there, the whole point of sneaking out is to hide from prying eyes. My hand gravitates towards the door handle, but I hesitate. I've only seen Damien do this trick once, and it's not like I was paying a lot of attention back then. If I let the car slip from its place, will it trigger the alarm immediately? Or would that happen only if I closed the door without it? In the end, I decide it's not worth to risk it. I might be angry, but I'm not angry enough to do something so stupid. Instead, I clink on the glass to get the attention of whoever's out there. Psst, hey, open the door! I listen, but there's no reaction. Psst, is anyone out there? Trying again, a bit louder. This time I heard a rustling sound, and soon Damien's chummy, smiling face appears on the other side of the glass. They have him transparent. THINKO? Oh, wait.
Go! Hold on.
He motions for me to step back, and then, while keeping the card against the frame, he opens the door for me. I quickly slink out before the alarms could go off. The thumbnail image is just hideous. Can't wait to see the next one. Yeah, Hoshin suggested something. Yes, Olivia is literally half gremlin, that's true. THINKO is going to turn into the brain of Cthulhu boss from Terraria, probably. He's thinking too much. Thanks, man.
Sure thing, sup?
I collapse onto the railing, lighting a smoke for myself. What is up that I hate this gay world? Huh? Wait.
Huh? What are you talking about? What's wrong?
He stands next to me, inspecting me with a concerned gaze. Looking back at him, I savor the taste of nicotine in my mouth for a few seconds before answering. Damien, despite all of his problems, seems absolutely fine. If I didn't know, I sure as shit couldn't have told that this was walking embodiment of Glee could ever have a bad day, let alone a week-long fight with his best friend. I just now noticed, too, that he even has his art book with him, the one he showed me on my first day here, open on a random page with a half-finished sketch. It's a full-page drawing of yet another dinosaur, a pterodactyl girl, I think, wearing what appears to be a punk goth getup, haha Fang. It's quality work, like always. I could probably count the number of feathers on the wings if I wanted to, even in this work-in-progress state. I guess I just interrupted Damien mid-doodle. I mean, as if this was the most important thing he could be doing right now. And I don't get it. Man, D, how do you do it?
How do I do what?
This. Helpless and unable to properly explain what I want to say, I point at his whole self with the end of my cigarette, the embers leaving a trail in the air as I do so. Just how do you keep keeping on? How are you this damn happy all the time? It's just, I'm having such a shit week, dude. It's not even funny. I turn back to the railing, flicking my half-finished cigarette away and watching it fall. Immediately after, I light another one.
You mean Mia?
Yeah, of course I mean Mia, and Ben, and Liz, and Mr. Latican, and you, and Olivia, and everyone else, too. I'm working so hard to, be someone. But no matter what I do, it's one step forward, two steps back. And now, on top of all that, I'm running out of time. You only get one chance at a first impression, one chance at being a novelty. Now I'll forever be known as that human, or God forbid I ever merit a suffix to my label, that human Mia laid out in the cafeteria. I hate this fucking place. Damien stays silent for a while after that, his normally jovial, cheerful expression replaced by a rather serious one. I really do want to hear what he's going to say, even more so if it's going to be something actually meaningful and not just some inane shit people say like, it's going to be okay. Whenever I hear someone say something like that, instantly it makes me want to punch them right in the face, because you literally just told them that everything sucks and all that they can come up with is denying it. Bitch, I don't need ignorance, I need a solution, damn it.
Have you ever thought about that? Maybe you're looking at it all wrong.
I watch Damien as he puts his cigarette out, carefully placing the butt into a nearby ashtray, but I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. What?
I mean, it's like... Okay, what did Olivia do to you that's so bad?
That fat fuck? I gesture at Damien wildly, the anger inside rising again. Well, she did just slam the door in my face today, and for literally no reason. One second she's inviting me in, and then the next thing I know I'm headbutting the door. So there's that minor teeny-weeny little detail.
No, that's odd. That doesn't sound like her.
Odd. Yeah, odd is exactly what Olivia sounds like. My eyes wander over to the other building. I have a general idea where her room should be, so by counting the windows I can pinpoint it pretty quickly. Huh, the lights are still on. For a second it makes me wonder just what she could be doing in there. The thing it apparently took her all week to do. Him. Whatever could she have meant by that? And why am I even thinking about it? Weirder that she is. She's probably naming her projects or some stupid shit like that. I could totally imagine that lonely sack of shit sitting in her room talking to the furniture. Because I'm like 10,000% sure it's the only way she'll ever have friends. Hey Tom, do you mind? Wait.
Hey, Tom, do you mind if I open your drawer a bit? I just need a paintbrush. Why, yes, Ellen, my dear chair. I do think I have another cup of coffee. If only Bob would cooperate. He's so rude. Wasn't serviceable for about a whole 2 days this week.
Oh, this is so stupid. I would try to see things from Olivia's point of view, even with how angry I am with her. Really, I would. It's just I'm afraid that if I did that, I'd only get a headache. Following Damien's example, I snuffed the remainder of my smoke in the ashtray. Why did I even have to become her delivery boy anyway? Like, couldn't have Mr. Latican dumped that shit on someone else? Or better yet, do it himself?
Shrug, I don't know, bro, but if I had to guess, I think he just wanted you to make some friends. I mean, you being new here and all.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what Mr. Latican said about it too, but... Man, who cares?
What do you mean?
Huh?
I don't get you.
What? What's there to get? She's an asshole, and that's pretty much the size of it.
No, that's not like... You want to be popular, but you don't want to have friends. That's like, I don't even know if I should call that pointless or just plain stupid.
Stupid? What? I turned to Damien, looking him in the eye, trying to figure out what the hell he means. Because I could easily think of a certain blue dinosaur staring him right in the face when it comes to having your own legion of minions to order around. That's the power of popularity.
I've never cared about being popular, and I still have friends. We're friends too, aren't we?
Yeah, friends. So why are you blocking? So that's why you're blocking.
Blocking? Blocking what?
Fucksticks. It's only as I hear Damien's question that I realize what I just said. And no, I so didn't fucking want to bring that shit up, but I guess there's no going back now. This morning, and the last time we were out here, your fight with Ben, does any of that ring a bell? Damien looks away, pensively, biting his lower lip, or whatever it is dinos have. It's pretty obvious he knew what I was talking about the first time around as well. He was just hoping I'd drop it if he feigned ignorance. But now I backed him into a corner. Not that I meant to do that. I was quite happy not being dragged into this particular bit of drama, what with everything else going on at the moment.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Huh? Well, I certainly wasn't expecting that, even if I was in the right.
I didn't want to tell you because...
I don't trust you? That's what he's gonna say, isn't it? So, go on with it.
I didn't want you to hate Ben.
Uh-huh. To hate Ben? Wow, so Damien isn't completely blind to Ben's assholery, because the dude sure is making me hate him all on his own, just fine. Although hate might be a strong word to use, I'm not especially fond of Ben, but I certainly don't hate him either. That position is firmly held by Mia, and apparently by the wheelchair-bound cunt goblin in the other building across the yard. So, what's going on between you two? Damien sighs, pulling another cigarette out, but not yet lighting it. Instead, he starts playing around with it, skipping it between his clawed fingers and doing stupid little tricks. More to distract himself than anything else, I think. Looking at his hands, by the way, I'm reminded that he's a carnivore. He's always so timid, it's easy to forget. Like right now, acting more like a deer in the headlights than someone whose ancestors moonlighted in murder and carnage.
I'm not sure where to start.
Well, how about you start at the beginning? And I do mean Book of Genesis here. After some more thinking and another heavy sigh, Damien starts the tale.
Okay. You remember how I told you about Ben helping me when I moved in here, and that I became his friend to pay him back?
Uh-huh.
So part of that was I helped him with his student council stuff. Not the paperwork, I mean, I'm not that smart enough for that. But I always made sure people attended their events and stuff like that. And I've always made sure to show up, too. He didn't even have to ask.
Okay, so the problem is?
The problem is... Well, Ben, Jeez, he just doesn't know boundaries, dude.
Damien brings his fist down on the railing as he finally spits out his last line, crushing the poor innocent cigarette in his fist. I just realized Damien doesn't have angry sprites. They couldn't quick Photoshop those together, man. It's all the medication. He can't get mad. He double dipped in Ben's medication and he can't get mad. Frowning, he lets the pieces fall to the ground, scraping bits of tobacco from his palm. I'm not entirely sure what he's talking about, though. Boundaries? Like what?
Like, the rest of my family lives in, like, a state away or whatever, right?
Right.
I don't get to see them a whole lot, We couldn't even spend Christmas together last night because Mom got sick. But they finally let her out of the hospital, so I wanted to go see her. Except Ben has this big charity thing planned for the same week, and he wants me to be there. I keep saying no, but he just doesn't get it.
Like a dam that finally cracked, so the torrent of words flowed from Damien's mouth, progressively faster, progressively louder.
Why didn't you go next week? Why didn't you tell him you're sick? I'm counting on you, Damien.
He even does a voice to imitate Ben, using his hands to act out the wearing sunglasses until he drops it a second later, the last of his energy dissipating.
Man, it's just so messed up.
Wow, yeah, that's intense. Holy shit. I'm sorry, D. I didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course you didn't know. Like, I just told you.
Not sure what I should say. I pat him on the shoulder. It's gonna be okay. And so he, after bitching about it, he just says, oh, it's gonna be okay, even after he bitches about being told the same thing. For as much thinking as THINKO does, he has no self-awareness. He thinks, therefore he is not.
Thanks, THINKO. Means a lot.
I'm sure. We stay like that for a while, till Damien turns to me again, offering a hand.
Friends.
Hey, Mandy. I take his hand all bro-like, and we shake on it, and then we hug, like only real men do. We share a moment, listening to the wind and shit, and eventually we let go of one another. We both turn to the railing and look down at the campus, and at a few people still coming and going, oblivious to the manly scene that occurred just above their heads.
Promise me you won't hate Ben because of this.
I won't hate Ben because of this.
Thank you.
Looks like he wants to say something more, probably to alleviate all my misguided ideas about how his dino friend could ever do any wrong, but instead he steps away, back towards the door. I follow him all the way up until the point he reaches his hand towards the ID card, but before I could get a step forward, clearing my throat to get his attention. Cough. Hey, you mind showing me the trick?
Sure.
For a second, he stops to think, scratching below his neck flappies.
Not much of a trick, though. You just gotta know where to put the card to the block sensor. Look here, see?
With one of his long nails, Damien points at the barely visible mark on the doorframe. I don't know if I would have ever noticed it, and even if I did, I couldn't have told it apart from all the other random scrapes and dirt and shit.
Then you keep it there and you just quickly...
With deft movements, Damien opens the door. No alarms, as per usual.
And that's it. Just make sure your hand doesn't flip. Wanna give it a go?
Nah, maybe next time. Thanks, though. Yeah, I'd rather not throw off a false alarm just yet. Still gotta clean my name of all that other crap. I accompanied Damien to the room, and all the while I keep thinking about my reputation. Talking about my reputation. Hey, before you go, can I ask you something, D? It might be a little weird, but,
Sure, dude, anything. I owe you one for today anyhow, right?
Sure, so... Say, you were talking to someone that doesn't know me, like, they've seen me around, but they don't know me. But say you wanted to tell this person about me, how would you do it? What actual words would you use to refer to me by? Wait.
Like the human guy. I think that would have to be it. If he's only ever seen you from a distance.
All that friendship talk, and it didn't even matter. I'm still nothing more than the human guy to Damien. That bums me out more than... I don't even know what comparison to make, but it's definitely the shittiest I've felt all day. But I don't let it show, of course. I see. Thanks.
What's this about?
Don't worry about it. It's a human thing.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I don't understand you guys. Alright, good night, pal.
Yeah, sure. Good night. Next chapter. Open up my next bottle of water. Act 1, crossing the threshold. So we just finished the prologue, which took a little over 3 hours. All is fair in war and love, but in lesser opposition, where do we draw the line? Justification is wagered to the neophyte. Words. Wait, it's not Damien. Shit. Yes, pizza rolls. They're definitely more pricier than the rice puffs, but I had decided to splurge. It's morning now, about 5 minutes till classes should start. No. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it down to 77. No, come on. There we go. After what a shit show yesterday was, I'm determined to make the most of today. I will not let the last day of my first week here be anything but normal. A low bar to set, immediately, but one I'm confident I can reach. Well, probably. Woke up early, exercised, zipped in and out of the shower. Even my stupid black eyes starting to shrink. The only thing I don't have going for me is that I'll probably be late for a couple of minutes. But honestly, who cares about that at this point? And hey, that means the hallways will be empty, other than the occasional tardy student and teachers trying to get to their classes. I'll have the whole campus to myself. Might as well take my time. Oh, I wonder what we'll do. We're not taking our time. Fuck that. I think I share all my classes with Damien today. No electives. Makes me wonder where he is, because I couldn't find him in the dorms. Then again, he probably left way before I even got out of the shower. I don't think I've seen him be late for any class ever, so it's doubtful I'll run into him. Strictly speaking, the only people out here by now should be the janitors and perhaps members of the student council. Ben. Well, maybe if I couldn't find Damien, at least I got his blue counterpart. Not to imply that I actually wanted to. But I did promise Damien that I wouldn't hate on Ben. Not necessarily, anyway. So what the hell? Let's be friendly. Today will be a good day, and I won't let it happen any other way. And really, what's the worst that could happen? Even if the scene goes south, I'll forget about it in like 5 minutes, talking the shit with Damien. As I approach him, Ben turns around to face me. That's why I notice that he's on the phone, having a less than friendly conversation with someone. Like usual, when seeing me, he promptly shuts up and continues with a somewhat softer tone. Listen, I must go now. Say hi to her for me. No, it'll be fine. You just make sure that you have a good time. With that, he ends the call. While I have no idea what it was about or who he could have been talking to, still, it's clear as day he meant that last part sarcastically. THINKO! Ben? I'm not sure where I should start. I should ask him about his morning, or maybe how he's doing, the call, or perhaps about the charity thing Damien mentioned yesterday. Looking Ben over while I think, however, I spot a couple of things I haven't before, things that change my mind about the whole ordeal. His hair is messy, and so are his clothes. The cuffs of his jacket aren't buttoned up. Even his normally immaculate glasses are dirty, smeared with fingerprints. His face, too, is different. Usually he has this calm, judgmental look going on. Stoic like he's so far above the earthly squalor of regular mortals, but today his eyes keep darting left and right at the slightest noise. And he just seems restless altogether. Something is clearly bothering him. Could it be related to that phone call? I should probably get to class already, but that can wait. What does it matter if it's 2 minutes or 5? I'll just tell him I was helping Ben. Everything okay? He flinches upon hearing my question, being torn from his thoughts. Then he takes a deep breath, doing his best to appear normal, but not really succeeding at it. His voice is strangely high-pitched as he speaks up, apprehensive. Yeah, why wouldn't it be? I just meant to say you're looking a little on edge. On edge? No, Winko, I am not on edge. I'm only out here organizing the most important event in the school's entire history, which is, as you can predict, a totally stress-free activity. Right. And now my community engagement guy has run off and won't be back until too late. So triple cheers all around, and good luck to us pulling through in time. But it's not his problem, oh no. Family comes first, right? Because obviously it's not like we all make sacrifices for the greater good, do we? Sigh! He runs a... What? Oh... Hold on. How many act chapters are there? I don't know. I want to say 4. Wasn't it 4 when we did the Mia stuff? He runs a hand through his tresses, trying to calm down. And wait, family comes first. Sacrifices for the greater good. Well, just where did I hear something eerily similar to that? It could be that his community engagement guy is Damien. And what does that mean he ran off? I talked to him just yesterday. Is this about Damien? Yes, of course it is. Should I even be surprised that he told you, of all people? What the fuck? And what's that supposed to mean? Ben looks back at me apathetically now, drumming his fingers on his arm rhythmically. I can't read his face at all. Geez, fine, I'll let it slide this time for Damien's sake, but this fucker is on thin ice. Look, whatever, but what do you mean he ran off? I talked to him last night. Oh, you can't say that, Inko! What I mean is that he's sitting on a bus right now going home. What, like right now, right now? Ben nods and I... The news hit me square in the chest so hard I just don't know how to take it. I mean, yeah, Damien did say he wanted to go see his mother and stuff, but he said nothing about when. And he certainly didn't even remotely insinuate that he's leaving this fucking morning. I guess we're just not good enough friends for him to tell me, after all. Like, why tell the human guy anything? He's nobody important, is he? When is he getting back? Fuck if I know. Not for a week at least. Not for a week? Ugh. Well, do you understand my concern now? I suppose I do. Ben takes my silence in stride, pinching the bridge of his nose. It's setback after setback, and I honestly don't even know what I'm going to do about this. Sigh, me neither. But I guess this is the part where I should say something. Damien is in the right, but I know you guys will pull through. Damien is in the right, and you can't do anything about it now. Damien fucked up, but you can still pull through. Damien fucked up, there's nothing to be done now. Say nothing, just nothing. Well, I feel like this probably will matter. Say nothing. Anywho, I better get going. This problem won't solve itself. And shouldn't you be in class, anyway? I checked the time on my phone and realized I've spent almost 10 minutes talking to Blue Boy, making me over 15 minutes late now. Damn. I say awkward farewells to him, and then it's off to class with me. Let's just hope the magic phrase, I was helping Ben, really has the power I assume it does. Man, this day is dragging. And oh, rap G, I could go for a cigarette right about now. I knew I should have lit up earlier, taken some time for myself instead of fucking around with Ben. What a wasted damn opportunity. And to make it even worse, I'm still sitting here in 4th period. Though thank fuck lunch went without incident today. It really could have been a normal day today if it weren't for the whole Damien situation. I'm pretty fucking bummed out about that. Not only is he gone, because I was hoping he would be nice, I was hoping this would be a nice, lazy Friday to fool around and shit, but more so that he didn't even tell me. Like he didn't even feel the need to. Damien speaks about friendship, but when it really comes down to it, well, he didn't even give me his phone number. The human guy. That's who I am, according to him. That's all I am. That's all I am to damn anybody. I won't be invited to a party this weekend. I won't be hanging with the cool guys and the chicky babes, no sir. Best case scenario, I'll go out to town on my own and do whatever. But most likely I'll be cooped up in my room like some pathetic loser. Or in other words, I have completely and absolutely failed at making a good first impression. My social life is a disaster. I think back to how many times I rehearsed my big introductory speech before coming here, mastering all the little gestures and getting the cadence just right, and all I could do is shake my head. Sitting here now in utter disbelief, I can't conceive how the only part of the day I'm looking forward to, even in the slightest, is the 5-minute talk I'll have with some fatty. At least that I can't mess up. If I don't forget to pick up her shit from Mr. Latican today, that is, and if she doesn't slam the door in my face again. I still don't know what the fuck that was about. Did she have her tampons out on her desk or some shit like that? I heard girls can get weird about those things. As the thought crosses my mind, I inadvertently imagine the logistics of how tampons would work, let alone on a ham planet like Olivia, but on a crippled one at that. Must be something like when the fat guy is trying to find his dick he hasn't seen in a decade. Except how would she even know if she succeeded, if she's in a wheelchair? Then her feeling must be all fucked up too, right? Or is she just that good at Cave Explorer? And Jesus RF Christ, why am I even thinking about this in the first place? Biting my tongue to suppress a disgusted yowl, I shudder in my seat, desperately trying to focus my attention on anything and everything that would get me away from that particular topic. It ends up being the teacher. What was his name again? Oh well, it doesn't matter anyway. Still rambling on about the correct way to hold a digital pen, same as he was doing 15 minutes ago. I've concluded early on that this class is yet another one of those I most likely won't care about. But come on, isn't this senior year? How could anyone have made it this far without knowing how to hold a pen? Regardless, I glue my eyes onto him and soak in every worthless word that escapes his mouth, me when I play Wanigamu. Lest my bored mind takes me back to vivid imagery of cavity searching the obese and disabled. An extremely stimulating 20 minutes later and the lecture ends. I would so escape out to the hallways, but the dude keeps us for another 10 or so minutes, making extra sure everyone knows what software to download for whatever yada yada bamboo cave com who cares. Eventually, though, I break free. Geez, that was painful. I murmur to myself under my breath, trying to fish the crumpled up timetable from inside my jacket. Unfortunately, my words don't go unnoticed. I forgot what I did for fucking Mia. What do we have here? If it isn't my newest boat liquor. Oh god, no, not today. Anything but her. Who's texting me? I don't care, don't care. Oh, I was reading that. don't care, don't care. There we go. I say nothing, hoping to get this over with as fast as possible. What? You can't even speak now? God, you're getting more pathetic by the day. Can't deny that. Mia steps closer, grabbing my face rudely, like one does to a horse to examine its teeth and shit. It feels incredibly degrading, especially as she yanks my head first to the left and then to the right, as if I literally was a horse or something. Her grip is like a vice too, and I'm actually afraid I'll lose teeth if she continues like this. I'm not sure what she's looking for, but thankfully her inspection doesn't last for too long and she lets me go with one last shove. She seems disappointed. Gee, sorry for being born on the wrong side of the gene pool. Guess we all can't be descendants of the glorious Dino Khan. For obvious reasons, though, I don't say that out loud. The less I speak, the faster she gets bored, yes? No, sadly that doesn't seem to be the case at all. What's your problem, Skinny? Did I break you in already? I'll hate myself for this. I'll hate myself for this so much. But I really, really, really do want her to leave. Yes, ma'am. You did, ma'am. Wow, it felt even worse to say that than I thought it would. There's this visceral gut response that makes me want to throw up. And I have to try my hardest not to have my ulcer explode out of sheer fucking embarrassment. Mia is surprised too. Serves you well, you little faggot. She's already opening her mouth for another insult, no doubt, when the bell rings. Mia perks her head up, listening to the chime, then without another word, she storms off. Saved by the fucking bell. I sigh with all of my being, barely able to take the suckage anymore. I want to shout at the top of my lungs, I want to kick and punch and beat things up. I want to throw my one singular notebook to the floor and jump on it till it's little more than torn pieces of paper flying through the air. I've heard about how bullying can make someone depressed, but I always thought it was some bullshit. The way I saw it, if someone was pathetic enough to get bullied in the first place, well, then they must have already been some sad sack of shit to deserve it. No, I don't know. I've never been depressed in my whole life, like ever. And even now, I don't think it's that. It's this feeling that my hands are slipping off the wheel more and more with each passing day. There's this sinking feeling in my stomach that makes me want to lay down and just give up already. It's like inside my head is a bad neighborhood where I don't want to be. This day, it's been a disaster. Same as this whole week. Is this what my last semester here will look like? Like, all of it? No, I don't even want to consider that possibility. It has to get better. It just has to. Water. It just has to. No wheel transition? Raccoon, deliver us from this unsufferable ass. I'm trying so hard to beat 5 nights at Wani's, but I can't. Okay. I stepped out into the cold afternoon air between the throngs of the other students. Other students who, unlike me, know exactly what they'll be doing with the rest of their day, and are probably very much looking forward to it. Some are flocking together for club activities, some heading off towards the dorms, and some going straight for the gates, chattering about whatever it is they will be doing. But me? All I know is that I got one last package to deliver, and that's it. That's all anyone needs me for. That's all the plans I have until it's back to the grinder for another week of misery. But let's try looking at it from a different angle. I did promise myself I won't let this day go to shit, so let's try to salvage it. Let's see here. For one thing, I certainly do not have any obligations to anyone. I can do whatever I want. I'm my own master, despite what Mia thinks. What's more, I finally have one full week put behind me. Arrivals are always hard. Acclimating to a new community, getting through the culture shock and all that. Maybe I'm not as popular as I hoped I would be, but I still have time. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's not to say I feel better about today, or anything else in general, yet at the same time I know I can't let myself fall into depression. That just wouldn't do me no good. I'm hip, I'm FA. But then I sigh, reminded of my talk with Ben this morning. I really do suck at pep talks. What I did just now was essentially telling myself that it's going to be okay, only with a lot more words. Should I punch myself in the face too? I'm feeling the urge to, slightly. Still, if only just ever. Ever just, but I do feel better, or just the very least I don't feel like a complete joke anymore. But it all hangs in the balance. One push in the wrong direction, and I so know I'll spend the whole week baiting new fags into all sorts of pointless arguments, with 6 different tabs open so I can have the final word in each of them. I know myself enough to be damn sure of that. It's not the most healthy of defense mechanisms, but it's been tried and tested, and I don't give 2 fucks about the feelings of internet strangers. So long as it makes me feel better, it's worth it. The end justifies the means because the ends are about me, and I'm more important than 100 sweaty neckbeards. Alright, I've been idling long enough. Let's go see Little Miss My Room is Too Good for You, and I'll truly be done with this shit-ass week. Yap, 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 yap. My trip through the girls' dorm is uneventful, just the way I hoped it'd be. I wouldn't think Mia lives here, but I don't want to run into her groupies either. I don't want to run into anyone. And yet, for reasons I couldn't describe myself, the closer I get to my destination, the more I'm anticipating what's to come. Although, what is to come? 10 minutes of charades that don't mean nothing to anything. Right, that. And then a weekend's full of much of the same. Nothing. I clear my throat and fix my clothes, more out of habit than really meaning it, then knock on the door. Contrary to how it usually goes, this time it opens in about 2 seconds tops. I'm so surprised that I can barely produce a hello. Not even that, in fact, as Olivia tears her stuff from my hands, before I could even blink, exchanging it for a note of some sort. It's virtually covered in blue paint, just like she is.
Okay, I'm gonna need some apples and oranges and a cucumber, and please also bring some Wonder Bread if you know the expensive kind, and oh, I'll need it.
She's talking so fast I can't even keep up. The torrent of words continue for another solid half-minute before finally Olivia finishes with a loud gasp.
And a new paintbrush, you know, the one in the store back like last time.
She points at the paper in my hands.
It's all there.
I look down at the note and then back at Olivia. I want to ask her what the fuck is going on, but...
Yeah, cool, thanks, bye.
What? What happened? Did she just shut the door on me again? For real? Hey! What the fuck, dude? Not cool. I bang on the door, but the only response I get is another muffled, thanks. Her. But my eyes jump back and forth between the name tag on the door and the shopping list in my hand. For a few seconds, I consider simply just tossing it away. Sigh. Jesus Christ, fucking fine. What does it matter anyway? What's another hour or two running up and down town like an ass? Oh wait, I know what it is. A fitting way to end this shit fucking day, that's what. Would someone just please kill me? A couple of minutes later, I'm out by... Oh, this is where we get picked up by Proclane and subtly groomed. A couple of minutes later, I'm out by the gates, crossing through the parking lot. I don't even care enough to be mad anymore. There aren't that many cars out here by now, so at least I don't have to worry about some asshole, cough, trying to run me over. On the opposite side of the lot, across from the gates, is the school sport hall, I think, the one I saw the other day while walking with Damien. It doesn't look like the rest of the buildings on campus, much more modern and not so pompous, but it does look like a sports hall. There's some people on the field surrounding it, playing tennis and running track, doing aerobics. The pitter-patter sound of running feet and tennis balls being flung around echoes through the desolate parking lot. Though to be fair, I'm not actually the only one out here. At first, I didn't recognize the couple entering the lot in front of me. Didn't care to, really, but they're walking so slow I couldn't help catching up. One of them is definitely Mr. Latikin, and the other is a female teacher I don't know. Although she could very well be a student too, with how scrawny she is. But I don't think that's really the case. She just has this faculty vibe about her, I don't know. Her dress isn't much to look at, very bland, but the color is interesting. Deep pink, almost purple. Normally I'd hate any clothes that are purple. He's getting over the purple drank. Oh boy. Always giving me these wannabe royalty or iconic meme core feels, but on her it looks okay. Could be the color of her skin or scales that saves it. Not to mention this modest trad wife core thing she's got going on. Like with her hair, one could almost call it reasonably FA. This is Mr. Idekin's wife, but I thought he was gay. Shit, fuck. Not looking where I'm going, I almost fall over, stepping on a loose piece of the curb. Thankfully, I manage it, but the noise I make is enough to cause the two dinos ahead to turn their heads. Ah, Master Inko, what a pleasant surprise. Good afternoon, Mr. Latikin. And to you too, how are you doing? I'm fine. My eye's getting better. Mr. Latikin nods with a smile, content with my answer. Meanwhile, his girlfriend steps closer, inspecting me head to toe. I think she's trying to be subtle, but it ends up being rather obvious. I don't think the two of you have any classes together, so let me introduce you to my colleague, Miss Prockling. Francesca, this is Inko, one of my students. He's new here. Upon hearing my name, her face lights up. Oh, of course, Inko. Liz told me all about you. My heart skips a beat. She did? Oh, for sure. The way you helped that poor girl the other day, Olivia. It was very nice of you. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. The first time someone finally recognizes me, the first time I'm not the human to someone, and not only is it just some random teacher, but better yet, it's all about that fucking crocodile. Or alligator, whatever she is. This is so much worse than having no reputation. Being the teacher's pet? Oh, Lord. But let's try and keep things civil. Right, that's what I'm doing now, too, actually. I wave the shopping list around in the air for emphasis. Ah, such a sweet young man. Indeed he is. I'm very proud of you, Inko. Keep it up and you'll find your place in our community before you know it. Yeah, sure, that's just what this whole week has been about. It's amazing of how out of touch Mr. Latikin can be, despite trying so hard to be a good mentor. But I know better than to whine in front of a lady, or a teacher, or just adults in general. It's, not a big deal. I'm sure it's a big deal to Olivia Inko. She will remember your kindness and return it tenfold. Rap G. Is this dude auditioning for the opera? Sheesh. What's even that supposed to mean? Oh, please, weird fat dino girl, shower me in your kindness. Guess I better stop with the sarcasm before I realize I should have told Olivia where she could shove her fucking shopping list. Fortunately, my brain functions haven't been eroded down with enough to stop me from making small talk with these geezers, so I should be able to whip up a fast escape. Speech is the thing conveniently located between action and thought, and if you get good enough at it, you can substitute it for both. Yeah, I'm okay, but I should get going now and stuff before the stores close. Oh yes, I suppose we should get going as well. Goodbye, Inko. Have a nice weekend. You too, sir. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. She stays behind for a second to pat me on the shoulder with a warm, impish smile, one that I'm not sure how I should take, then skips her way back to Mr. Latikin, tail swinging left and right to the sway of her hips. I watch them go till they get to their cars and say farewell to each other, with a half hug and those awkward air kisses on the cheek. So I guess they're not married after all. But then again, Mr. Latikin did say colleague, so I probably shouldn't be surprised. Liz was right too. This woman is all right. I don't know what subject she teaches, but it must be a whole different course than the one I'm taking. What a shame. I wave the duo of teachers goodbye one last time as they round the lot with their cars, then get going myself. Or rather, I would until I hear the screeching of tires. Curious, I turn around. They couldn't have driven off the side of the hill in like 2 seconds, could they? Apparently not, because what I see is her car backing up through the gates, rolling all the way to me. God. Low quality Inko. Bianca? That's not Procline, that's Bianca. Oh no. What's she doing here? Thanks to Five Nights at Wani's, I look at the Wani cast and think of killer robots. Okay. The window reflecting my confused face goes down, and out leans Miss Procline. Want a ride? Oh, consider it a freebie for being a good boy. She opens the passenger side door, looking at me expectantly. What if I say no thanks? I feel like this is a thing. No thanks. No, thank you. You sure? It's a one-time offer. Yeah, I'm sure, but thanks. A hint of something that might just be disappointment crosses her face, but then she shrugs and closes the door. You do you! With that, she puts the car into gear again and drives off. Watching her leave, I wonder if I made the right decision. I probably really did, though. I don't want to be anyone's pet. I'm not interested in hags either. Shrugging for good measure, as she did, I fall into pace again. A good hour and a half later, I'm slowly, very slowly, making my way back to campus. Isn't this, if we don't take the ride, don't we bump into Mia? Shit, I might have to go back. I'm really dragging my feet, tired of it all. The school is within eyesight now, on top of the hill, but I'm not quite there yet, passing by the construction site at the moment. It's one of the closer landmarks I came to recognize. This past hour, I've been walking so much, my legs are starting to feel like they're made of lead. With matching concrete boots to go with them, I already dread having to go uphill. The dropping temperature isn't doing me any favors either. While we're steadily leaving the real winter colds behind, the late in the evening, I'm definitely feeling the difference. I almost feel bad for Olivia now, because it must be infinitely more terrible for her to do this, especially in the winter. And in the very least, my legs work, while she has to wheel herself around everywhere. What's that like anyway? Does she got bodybuilder arms or something? Is what I've thought to be fat all bulking muscle under that pullover? As I climb my way back up to the school, I find myself thinking more and more about Olivia. Or rather, not her per se, but what it must be like to being disabled. It's a perspective I've had all my life, but when I think of someone like her, my first impression is as horrible as it sounds, that she's not a real person. Not a whole person. Isn't that the point of labeling someone as disabled? It's not a playground name-calling, it's a scientific term, a classification. It's not me trying to call her a no-good asshole. It's society that does, like doctors and shit. It's the government, Jack. Fate cast her die and rolled it wrong, and now her life is gonna suck, period. She'll never be normal. Like, yeah, there must be stuff she's good at. Maybe even better than others, or better than me, for instance. I sure as shit wouldn't have had the patience to wait 2 hours sitting in the park by myself. And I'm willing to bet there are desperate enough nerds out there that could take Olivia's random ramblings as being intellectual. But that doesn't change the fact that she's going to be a constant disadvantage in whatever she does all through her life. It's that simple. I arrive at a room just as I finish this particular train of thought, but once again culminating in the same conclusion I always draw. I'm better than her. And it's not as if I was some narcissist shithead who would want to shove it in her face or anything. I don't. Nor am I like the other half of the insufferable faggot spectrum, people who pity and romanticize the disabled to the point of wanting to lick their asses clean on a daily basis. But why am I even going on about this so long? Not like words and thoughts could change a fact. Kind of like this mod. Grass is green, the sky is blue, Olivia's in a wheelchair, and this mod likes to be verbose. And that's just life for you. Some people will make it, some won't, and some are better off not trying. So anyway, let's get back to business. That's the only reason I'm here. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, it's me, your prom date. Once again, the door opens so fast I can't even get a single sentence across. Not a second later, I'm left empty-handed as Olivia snatches her shit from me, stacking the heavy shopping bags in her lap. At least she cleaned herself up since last I seen her today. That's something. Unlike last time, however, she rolls backwards into the room, leaving me ample space to follow. Alright, drink time. Run, Bianca, run to a better game.
Come in, come in.
I'm so put off by what's happening, I don't even know how I should react. Not much you can really do with an open door, though, so without much thinking, I step through it. Are those posters new? I forget. It doesn't matter. As soon as I get my bearings, I try to get on top of the conversation. I figured I'd better do that now before we get into whatever this is going to be. Oh, what? I finally made the cut for your highness? Either Olivia doesn't hear me or she decides to ignore my comment. With her back turned to me, she dumps all the shit I just bought for her onto her bed, not even caring that the contents, like the half of the bags, spill out onto the not even little messy sheets. She doesn't seem to be overly interested in her groceries, despite earlier it looking like her life depended on me getting them. Well, Olivia does her thing. I look around the room. There's not a whole lot to see. It's a dorm room. A bed, some cupboards, some posters, wooden flooring. I was just, I don't know, expecting more from a girl's room. And from a cripple's room, too. Where are all the doodads she needs to live? I mean, I get it, so her legs don't work, whoop-de-doo. That's what the wheelchair's for. But where's the rest?
Close the door, would ya?
Huh? I look behind me and it turns out Olivia's right. I left the door wide open. Guess I was too busy gawking at all the non-existent life support machines and shit. Oh, sure, sorry. Done with my task, I turn back and... What the... What? What is that?
THINKO! Meet THINKO!
In the middle of the room stands a, well, I'll be generous enough to call it a painting, presenting itself to the world with pride. What am I looking at?
It's a little something I've been working on. It's you!
Me?
Uh-huh.
Wow, I hate to disappoint, but it looks nothing like me. It looks nothing like anything.
Well, yeah, that's the point. It's abstract. It's like, you know, the idea of you. It's like what my mind does when I think about you.
I stare at the painting, trying to squeeze even the slightest bit of meaning out of it. And it's, well, it's blue. Like, very blue. But other than that, I'm beat. I can't grasp onto any of this idea of me thing. Which random speck of hue is supposed to be me? Or even anything related to me? I keep looking, but no answers come. One thing I can confidently say, however, is that the last thing I expected today was seeing a painting of myself. I can't lie, it's slowly growing on me. Not that I managed to find any more meaning to it than I would in a splatter of throw-up, but now that I got the initial shock out of my system, the painting itself is quite intriguing. Great lines. I'm reminded of what Damien told me on my first day here. Olivia's stuff is unique and interesting. Unique is certainly one way to put it. It's not good, it's not bad, but it's definitely not normal either. Unique. It really does show that the whole lot of effort went into making it. I guess I should feel honored or something. Still, I'm more interested in the actual line work than whatever it is the painting is supposed to represent. Not like mine, but not bad. I find myself murmuring the words without really meaning to. The amused, almost smug expression appearing on Olivia's face doesn't escape my attention. Yet instead of the witty response I fully expected coming, she begins to explain.
I spend a lot of time painting stuff, and I do mean a lot. It's not like I'm invited to parties every day or anything. I paint something new almost every week. Been doing that since I was 12, maybe. So I've been going through, like a bazillion different styles by now.
She adjusts her chair slightly, turning to face the painting itself as if she was addressing her next words to it.
The last one, the abstract. I think I like it better this way than any of the other ones. It's like I can finally communicate my thoughts the way that they are in my head.
Oh, is that because you don't need to put in the effort to make it look like something? Well, the question is obvious. I don't actually say it out loud. It's true, the number of artists gravitating towards the abstract and symbolism simply due to their lack of skill and stick-to-itiveness is incalculably high. As someone who has grown up in the artist world myself, I know this well. However, I don't think that's the case here. If there's one thing I've learned about Olivia this week, without really meaning to, is that there's usually more to her than meets the eye, for better or worse. Even yesterday, her slamming the door in my face, it wasn't for no reason apparently, it was her trying to keep me from seeing a work in progress. That doesn't make it less stupid or rude, but nevertheless, whatever Olivia does, she always seems to have her reasons. If she says she's arrived at this art style after years of practice, then I'm inclined to believe her.
Shit, I'm being rude, aren't I? Don't you want to sit down or something?
I shrug and nod without giving the question much thought, looking around the room for a chair. Except there aren't any. Olivia catches on to it too, clearing her throat.
Alright, sorry, okay, how about this?
She motions at her bed and then rolls a bit further away to give me space. Shrugging a second time, I plop down on the sheets, using the pause in the conversation for another chance to inspect the room. I'm absolutely positive that there should be some evidence to show that a disabled person lives here. I mean, having no chairs is kind of the same ballpark. The only chair Olivia will ever need is the one she's sitting in at this very moment. Still, shouldn't there be more, I don't know, gadgets, spare wheels, hygiene stuff? Oh, hold on. Maybe it's all in the bathroom. There were no other names on the door, so it's probably one of those single rooms like mine. There's no bunk bed or anything like that, but I have seen the inside of a two-person room yet. Could be that they are simply jointed by the bathroom. Olivia doesn't strike me as particularly wealthy, so if this is a single room, then it must be part of some giant for the whole wheelchair thing. Grant, sorry. I'm reading words that are not there. Hey, Dr. Coconut. Abstract garbage. Real Olivia would murder this one. That's why I said the last time. Makes sense too, because if she had a roommate, it wouldn't have had to be me doing the deliveries. So, no roommate?
Tell me, how many beds do you see in here? What's that? Didn't hear you say one.
Olivia giggles to herself lightly before her usual easygoing expression returns to her face. Oh yes, yes. The Elliot smile. Oh.
Anyways, no, it's all me.
To punctuate the sentence, she uses one hand to turn herself around with her chair, raising her other arm outward. It takes me a few seconds to realize it's supposed to be this all my kingdom gesture, like when a dancer twirls around. Hiding the cringe from my face is incredibly hard. I wait for her to finish circling around, thinking of what to say next. So, all you, all day, every day. In painting.
Yes.
Is that all you do?
I'm a schoolgirl. What do you think I do in the afternoons?
I'd rather not think about that.
No, not that, you pervert. I study. You know, the school stuff, like what it seems to me you don't spend your afternoons on what should be.
Olivia sighs, putting the cover back on the painting.
Anyways, I like to listen to music.
Music, huh? I think I noticed that the other day too, but oh wow. That must be the first thing she has in common with normal people. One single hobby. Talk about your needle in the haystack. Oh, what kind? I meant the question in a tonally innocent manner, a little more than filler small talk, a polite thing to ask. But there's that Elliot smile again. But the shine appearing in Olivia's eyes tells me I just hit the jackpot, and now I'm in for the duration.
The kind that doesn't suck. Like, I listen to a lot of Snoot Baton, yeah, a lot. You like their stuff?
I listen to mumble rap.
Oh, and then there's Human War. Some of their shit's like, oh, Raptor Jesus, so godly. I really like Fossilica, too. They just have so many good songs. Enter Spearman, for who the shaman sings. What's your favorite? Do you know them, right? Or hey, hold on. When you got back, I was actually listening to, Give Me a Sec.
Giving up on trying to interject, I do as I'm told and wait patiently as Olivia rolls over to her cupboard, retrieving something. From afar, she throws me the thing, then rolls back while I fumble to catch it. It's an MP3 player.
Dino Maiden. I wasn't sure if it was the right theme for your painting because they're like 1,000 light years away from you as far as raw intellect goes.
Gee, thanks.
But then I remembered this one.
She cues a song and then hands me one of the earbuds to the MP3 player, putting the other in her earhole herself. The chalk rune of the beast, Dino Maiden. Wow, I sure didn't take you for one of them edgy kids. Olivia frowns, but she's more amused than anything.
I guess you can interpret it like that.
How else do you interpret a song about Satan? And where do I come into the picture anyway? I swear if she just goes on something vanity something antichrist speech, I'll be out of here so fast.
You always go for the most obvious thing, don't you?
Huh?
Listen to the lyrics. It starts off talking about the earth and the sea. I'll spare you a lesson on the book of Revelations, but you know, the earth is easy to understand, solid, dependable, Mother Nature and all. Dirt easy, you could say. But the sea, it's always changing. Even now with all our technology and shit, we barely tamed it.
She even does the air quotes with her claws while saying tamed.
Back in the good old days of yore, like in the times of guillotines and stuff, even before then, people associated the sea with chaos and the unknown. Monsters, danger, dropping off the edge of the map, adventures, chances, freedom. You know, a wild card, chaos.
So what's this got to do with the song?
Where do you think the beast emerges from? The earth? Look, the earth is us. The earth is you when you listen to the song. The earth is me. What I do is what we know. The sea is everything else around you, the people you don't know. You can try conquering them, making sense of the chaos, subduing the beast, but it's not going to happen.
I gotta take a micro ship. The ship. Yeah, I gotta take a micro ship of water. I'm gonna need that ship of water. Jesus.
Because come on, who has ever conquered other people? And maybe warlords have, but today, celebrities are the closest thing we got. And half the popularity comes from scandals and their fans waiting for the mighty to fall. It's all an illusion. Popularity is an illusion.
Wow, that's like so heckin' deep. Too bad it's nothing more than some industry-created cope coming from someone confined to a room 7 days a week. So what? We should go and stick to what we know, never try to be anything more because it doesn't matter anyway.
That's not what I said.
Oh yeah? Well, you sure fooled me.
Sigh. What I mean is people should be true to themselves before they try being anything else. If you can't be happy with who you are, then all your life you're just going to be left grasping for more and never be satisfied. That sound like fun to you?
Why do you even care so much? Are you going to pull a crucifix on me now for being a sinner?
Does your persecution complex always kick in like that?
What?
Oh, come on. Name one thing I said to you today that you didn't take personally.
Well, So, the painting.
It's the sea.
Uh-huh. But wait, if that's me, shouldn't it be the Earth? Why even make a painting that's whole message is I don't know what I'm painting? And is that even possible to do in the first place? How could you even tell when you're done? Or if it's any good, or what you're doing during any part of the process? Even if you painted shit randomly, you'd have to be conscious about it. You still had to manually pick the color, the brush. It's just not possible. She's fucking with me and she knows it.
Okay, first of all, even if you were right, which you ain't, I would still know what I was painting. A lack of understanding.
I wait for her to explain, but she doesn't, and I don't get it. But that's literally what I just said. You don't know what you were painting. Yes, I did. Wait.
Yes, I did know.
So what is it?
A lack of understanding.
But that's what? How can you know and don't know at the same time?
I didn't know 100%. I was painting a lack of understanding.
She stresses each word individually now, like explaining something to a child. Which just makes it all the more frustrating that I still do not fucking get it. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, exactly. Sound familiar?
Sounds... what?
Look, it's like I told you. The painting is what I see in my head when I think about you. And I don't know you, hence a lack of understanding.
Oh, now I get it. And man, even if that stupid painting looked like shit, it was kind of flattering to be painted. But it didn't even matter. But then you could have painted anyone. This abstract lack of understanding could be a symbol for like 99% of all the students in the school.
No, it couldn't.
Why not?
How can I have a lack of understanding for people I don't even want to understand?
You want to get to know me?
Shouldn't I? I mean, isn't that just normal?
Normal. Is someone sitting in a wheelchair even allowed to use that word? In the silence that follows, I realize I've barely been paying any attention to the song playing. It's just about to end tune now, I think. The few lines I caught totally weren't about what Olivia said about the sea and stuff, though. That sounded like any other edgy metal song. I take the earbud out carefully, giving the MP3 player back to Olivia. This had nothing to do with knowing thyself, by the way. I don't think the songwriter even intended for people to make that connection.
I bet they didn't.
So what gives? She shrugs, fiddling around with the machine for a couple of seconds before passing it back to me.
Here, this one's pretty good too.
Now, what is this one about? That cutting your wrist is actually a metaphor for having daddy issues because the blood you spill belongs to your bloodline? Although I gripe, I don't refuse the earbud. Usually I'm not one for this kind of music, but I guess these ones aren't so bad. Still though, talking about music to me is like dancing about architecture.
No, but that's not half bad. You just need to polish it some, and then you could maybe publish it in a magazine or something. Anyway, this song I just really like is all.
I can't suppress a short, amused laugh at her reasoning. I'm dead certain this is the very first thing all week Olivia said to me, and she had a sensible, straightforward explanation for. I mean, it's not an objective answer. What song is good and which one isn't, but at least I don't need to be a philosophy major to understand it. Chuckling still, I lay back on the bed, staring up at the ceiling. I just feel so out of my depth here about everything, like, it's so sad it's beginning to be funny now. Having all these conversations with Olivia sure doesn't help either. All these dinosaurs and their stupid dino things, it's just... expecting the people here to have common sense seems to suggest that I myself am lacking it. Man, what a week.
Nah.
Oh shit, did I say that out loud? I got so mellowed out here debating the fucking Book of Revelations with Olivia that I totally let my guard down. Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. I sit back up, suddenly feeling anxious again, but I try to play it cool. Suspicion's already written all over Olivia's face, though, looking at me with an analytical gaze, like a cat trying to figure out how to best get it to its prey. Knowing her, she must have already made 3 twists on that half-sentence alone, probably debating internally right now whether my issues stem from a lack of mother or father figure, or some shit like that. Not that I had either, by the way. I stay silent, awaiting the inevitable armchair psychology session. Alright, drink. Music nights with Olivia. Art is just for laundering money, THINKO. Is this mod trying to make this lady unbangable? That's what I thought. Like, you took everything good about Olivia from Wanigamu, and you just pretty much just extract all of that and then throw it away. It's basically this Olivia.
Okay.
Huh?
So, on a totally unrelated note to what you didn't just say, how was your first week here at St. Hammond's?
Ha, fuck me. You just can't take no for an answer, can you?
I'm building an island.
Oh no, Olivia Epstein. Whatever that means. Sigh, look, my weeks, it's been pretty bad, okay?
You shouldn't let Mia get to you like that. She's just not worth...
I'm not talking about fucking Mia! I bring my fist down on the bed with enough force to make some of the still standing towers of grocery items fall over. Olivia is surprised by my sudden outburst as well, for which I can't blame her. I can't help but go on, all of my suppressed anger finding its release. It's just rap G. What is so wrong with you dinos sometimes? I can't. It's like... Christ, no matter what I do, I can't figure you people out, and I'm so not getting anywhere at all. I try speaking, but I'm not heard. I go have to have lunch, I get beaten up. It's such a fucking mess. Maybe I should just give up and become another face in the crowd. Even if it's Olivia I'm talking to here, venting like this feels surprisingly good. All the other people, my so-called friends here, I know they wouldn't listen, not really. Ben, Damien, on the surface they seem to mean well, but even with D, it was like talking to a brick wall. Right now, at least I feel as if someone is actually listening to what I'm saying, putting in the effort to at least try to understand. I honestly cannot believe it, but I'm actually interested in hearing what Olivia will have to say about all this. Even if her shit is cryptic and basically pointless half the time, it still feels genuine, unlike Damien and his blogosphere tiered advice, or like Mr. Latican and his care but not really attitude. The uncomfortable short little pause before Olivia speaks up suggests as much anyway, as if she simply doesn't want to say the first thing that comes to mind.
Look, I'm not really sure what you're talking about, and, well, I'm not going to say it's gonna be okay, because I hate when people do that, but... Oh, what? It's just so stupid. How would it be okay just because...
I throw my hands up to signify I'm not trying to challenge her, truly amused that Olivia has this exact opinion. No, I completely agree, I really do. It's stupid, right? Because you just told them how bad it is, and they can't even...
They can't even be bothered to think of a solution.
Yeah.
Nah.
Neither of us says anything for a while after that, the silence communicating our thoughts perfectly well. I never thought there would be anything Olivia and I could agree on like this, but I guess it kind of feels good that we do. I feel better in general too, I think, if only just a little. Finding an outlet to vent your pent-up feelings can do that. The moment passes, however, and before the silence can turn awkward, I clap my hands on my thighs and get up from the bed, deciding this was enough weirdo talk for the day. Right, I'd better be getting going. Homework and all.
Oh, I'm sure. Thanks for humoring me.
Don't mention it. With Olivia in tow, I walk to the door, but before I could open it, she snaps with her fingers loudly to get my attention.
Wait, THINKO, hold on.
Huh? I turn back around to face her, only to be greeted with the butt end of the wheelchair. I haven't noticed yet, but Olivia has a very long and thick tail. Makes me wonder if it has any significance. Like if it's embarrassing for her the way a human girl having an overly large bust must feel. Doubt that I'll ever know, especially as Olivia starts turning back around, and I have to tear my eyes away before she would accuse me of staring at her ass, which I wasn't. Without warning, she flings something at me, and I have to do my best not to drop the damn thing.
Here, take it.
She rolls her way back to the door, and me, focusing her attention on the item in my hand, which turns out to be a CD. Wow, an MP3 player and now a CD. What decade are we in? What's this?
Some of my all-time favorite songs. Sometimes when I feel bad, I put them on and zone out, and you get the idea.
Oh, I take a better look at the CD case, more specifically the track list on the back. There seems to be a total of 8 songs, like an actual 8-track. But damn, these titles are fucking unreadable. Thanks.
Don't mention it. But I'll be wanting it back, okay? And if you dare put a single scratch on it.
She doesn't finish the sentence, but I get the picture. Yeah, okay. It's not like you have these downloaded to your MP3 player already. Without any more help or anything more to say, I sink the disc into my pocket, turning to the door once again. I'm honestly feeling quite embarrassed for getting a gift like this, so I try not to think too hard about it. Still, I can't stop another thought from entering my mind, one that compels me to let go of the door handle and face Olivia one final time. Hey, can I ask you something?
I guess.
Okay. Say, you told someone that I was here today or something, to someone that has maybe seen me around the school, but not like, they haven't ever talked with me or anything like that. Well, speaking to this person, what words would you use to refer to me by? Olivia seems taken aback a little, confused, mouth hanging open for a few seconds as she thinks about what to say. That's already a lot longer than Damien, basically blurting out his answer yesterday.
The new guy? Or, I don't really get the point of, what's the point of?
That's okay. Thank you. Alright. That, like, really low music. Oh no! Oh no! Opening the options gets you errors. Oh lord. Oh lord, what is this coding? This is the first time that I get options? It just goes to error. Maybe try it again. There we go. That is honestly a first. Why is the music so low? Am I just playing low? My god. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Let me save. And then I'll put the Snoot music on. That way there's something in the background. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I've also grabbed another bottle of water. Because we're gonna stick it out for another hour and a half if I can. Until I can feel my voice bleed. Either or. Alright. I take one last look around the place, trying to make absolutely sure that I won't get caught. This is my only chance here. Okay, the thing goes in, I push, and... Viola. Not that hard, is it? I didn't even trigger an alarm. I knew I could get through this stupid door eventually. Didn't even need no help. Man, the air out here is great. Nice, warm sunshine. Just the perfect light breeze. It's all great. Much better than it has been these past few days, that's for sure. Too bad I'm spending a Saturday like this alone, but what can you do? Bowl of shitty instant noodles in hand, I walk to the sole chair still out here and sit my ass down. I've noticed the number of arrangement of chairs varies every time I'm on the balcony, which means people other than Damien and I must know how to get out here. Makes sense, though I'm glad they're not here now. Today I didn't sneak out for just a smoke, but to have my lunch here as well, and the relative peace and quiet a school campus can have. I don't know. I guess I would have felt too much like a loser if I ate in the confines of my room on a nice weekend like this. It's not exactly going out to Burger Chieftain with all your friends. It'll just have to do. I don't usually like to spend my time alone. Always feels so dull, and it feels so pointless. But if I must, I decided that I might as well make the most of it. Slept in late, looked up all the latest news on all the brands that I follow, scrolled through a cop thread or two. I even dropped in on a handsome guy's thread to gather inspiration from what the other half thinks a good-looking man is like. All that from the also relative comfort of my bed. I've gotten more used to sleeping in the shitty-ass bed since the start of the week, but I still wish I didn't have to. That's actually part of the reason why I'm out here. One cannot underestimate the importance of mental hygiene. You gotta reward yourself with something every now and again, even if it's something small, such as having a quiet, leisurely lunch and getting some fresh air, some vitamin D. Not exactly a spa, but it should help me relax. Skip! Anyhow, I suppose this is the part where I should decide what to do with the rest of my day. Smartest play would probably be to study. Not only is that what a student should do, but I can't afford to be caught being a dumbass in class if a teacher calls on me. I got off easy this being my first week and all, but that won't be the case forever. Or I could go for a run. I did promise myself I'd exercise more, but I could even make a day of it, explore the rest of the town and stuff, and with some luck maybe I can find Liz or figure out where she lives at least. Or there's that CD Olivia gave me. I guess studying while listening to music is still a better option than studying and not listening to music. Oh yeah, this is where you this wasn't here before, I don't think. Stay in and study or listen to Olivia's CD. We're doing the Olivia route, but I will put this out here just in case we can split routes here. All right, well, that settles it. Pretentious rock music it is. There's only one slight problem. I have nothing to play the disc with. No laptop, no TV, and not even a goddamn Walkman. And yes, I do know some hipster dorks that totally hang out with their Walkmans in this day and age. Usually I'd say something like, oh well, anyway, and move on, but this time I'm actually curious what could be on this CD. I guess the best option now is to look the songs up on Dino YouTube or something. Oh no, a pentagram. The track list is another story in itself, however. The titles and bands are barely legible, and I gotta squint my eyes so hard, I'm afraid I'll develop cataracts or some shit. That's a thing, right? Getting cataracts by reading in shit conditions. Well, it feels like that anyway. I end up wasting way more time on the whole thing than it really deserves, spending anywhere near between 5 and 20 minutes just trying to read enough syllables off the labels so I can use them to look up the song with confidence. I'm not even sure I got them all correctly. The ones I did end up finding, they're alright. I mean, 6 out of 8 songs were totally mundane past 3-decade metal songs that basically everyone and their mother have heard of. Certainly not what I've expected from someone like Olivia. But then again, Chalk Rune of the Beast isn't some obscure niche song either. Au contraire. So what I'm guessing is that Olivia, being herself, have filled all of them with metaphors and interpretations like no sane person ever could or would. I'm not going to bother trying to figure out what they might be. Exhausted, I put the CD on my bedside table and lay back with my arms behind my head, staring up at the ceiling. What was it Olivia said? That she listens to these songs when she feels sad. I don't particularly feel like I'm cheered up, but I suppose I don't feel depressed either. I feel... I don't know how to feel. But on top of that, now I don't even know what I should be feeling either. Was my first week really that bad? Sure, I got beat up by a girl and, well, I'm not that popular. But it certainly does sound like abject whining when I put it like that. I guess a better way to phrase it would be that I couldn't integrate into my new community well enough. And is it really on me? The people here are just all so weird. I mean, I sure as shit don't agree with Olivia on popularity being an illusion. One look at Ben and his army is enough to counter that argument. There are obvious benefits that come with fame. Not to mention that art itself is a career based on popularity. There can only ever be one brand on top. There might be contenders, and there might be a lot of big brands. It's a wheel that never stops turning after all, but still, Ferrari ain't got shit on Rolls-Royce, and an Outback Village church ain't got nothing on the Sistine Chapel. It's so hard to wrap my head around how nobody in this place seems to get this. First Damien, and now Olivia, it's just... Sigh. Whatever. I guess the only question that matters is what this means for me, and on that, I'm just not sure. Like, for Damien, his big thing is making friends. Allegedly, on the surface, he wants to play at being the helpful bro. So okay, he can do that. If our friendship is so surface level that he still considers me nothing more than a random skinny, then sure, he can continue helping me. I'll just wait till he introduces me to enough people, and then I'll stop putting effort into our friendship. If he lets it break apart after that, then it'll be on him, not me. And as for Olivia, she gets her good wheelchair back this weekend, right? I won't have to play delivery guy anymore. So what does that make us? If she sees me in school, will she roll up to me and say hi? Would I even want that? I suppose I could let her decide what our relationship is now. I do have my own opinion on the matter, but let's face it, she's not the kind of popular girl that could help me on my mission. I probably won't shed a tear even if we stop talking. Well, I guess spending a whole day doing nothing wasn't as bad as I feared it would be. For one thing, I helped get my head out of my ass. With another, albeit slightly more energetic sigh, I sit up, looking over at my desk. There's a whole lot of homework piled up that I haven't even touched yet. Surely there's always tomorrow, but I feel strangely motivated to deal with it now. I even went through the trouble of putting together a Dino YouTube playlist of Olivia's 8-track, so I could listen to it while I study. Well, why not? Being caught up with my classes will at least make my next week more tolerable. Drink, probably. It seems this mod has lulled the chat to sleep. And I could take a nap too. Can I get a good neck crack? Probably not. Ugh. It's Monday. Morning, homeroom. And that pretty much covers all I have to say about it during the classroom just now. A sentiment it seems my peers share as well, because even though there are less than 5 minutes till the start of class, half the seats are still empty. Including the desk Ben and Damien share, of course. Even Mr. Latikin looks tired, shielded from us by the wall of newspapers. Many of the students here are recognized by their faces now, even if I didn't find it worth memorizing their names, but look at that. What do we have here? There's something new in the classroom. It's going to be Olivia, isn't it? Or maybe someone. I should say a green purplish blob sitting at one of the window side tables. Yep, Olivia. She hasn't noticed me yet. In fact, neither has anyone else. I suppose I could go sit with her, but do I really want to? Her shit might be better than the lecture, but then again, it might not be. Not to mention, sitting with a cripple is one of those not-so-cool things I should probably avoid. Still, I know I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't feel bad for ditching her. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Oh, I like how they stylize this with Olivia here and then sit alone. That's probably another one of these defining moments. I'm drawing but listening. The writer thinks they are better than they are. Jesus, this is legitimately hard to listen to. I know. Try talking about it. Oh, my voice is like thoroughly thrashed. Fine. I might as well. Sup, you lonely nerd? The seat taken?
Huh? Oh, it's you. Is this the first thing you do in the morning? Always to insult someone? Is that why you don't have any friends?
I do have friends.
Is that why you're sitting with them?
Jesus Christ, I was joking. This is the first thing you do in the morning is to be an asshole. If you want me to sit somewhere else, just fucking say so. I'm ready to turn my back on Olivia when I hear a surprised yelp and then get stopped by her grabbing the corner of my jacket.
You can sit here. I'm not desperate. I don't need no skinny boyfriend.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't have a desk mate or anything.
No desk mate, huh? That sounds like a golden opportunity to kick her down a notch. Which I fully utilize. So, how was that about having no friends? Projecting much?
I've got friends.
That's why you're sitting with them?
I am now.
I tear my attention away from Olivia before the smug, shit-eating grin could fully blossom on her face. Just in time, too, because Mr. Latikin chooses this exact moment to get up from behind his desk, addressing us with a forced, energetic greeting. I don't especially care, even though he says he's got news about something very important that he'll have more details on later. Then why not just wait to tell us later, to keep us in suspense? Gee whiz, he sure got me. For the next however many minutes I tune out, thinking about how I should spend my day and week now that Damien is gone. As the lecture goes on, Olivia passes me some notes, trying to initiate a conversation and ask about my weekend, but I only entertain her with neutral answers, not paying much attention. Whether she notices and whether it bothers her, I'm not sure. At the moment, I really only care about brainstorming ideas on how to reach out to people. And get nowhere. Goodbye, Olivia. Once homeroom has ended, it probably being the only class I share with Olivia, the disabled gator, I went about our days separately, which for me meant a whole lot of nothing happening. Nothing, at least not until lunch period came around, and I forced myself face to face with the latest bane of my existence. That, for a change, wasn't wheelchair-bound. Right. Can't talk again, you little skinny twink. I see I'm going to have to get my entertainment out of you some other way. Sigh. This shit is getting very old by now. And here I thought my day would be all boring. Think again, fucko. You mean THINKO. I was just about to enter the cafeteria when this walking menace descended upon me, unloading her usual load of dino supremacy. Should I say something this time, or should I not? A repeat of last week is the last thing I want. Whatever Ben and Mr. Latikin plan to do about the Mia situation, it sure doesn't look like it went anywhere. She's just as brazen as ever. In the end, I say nothing, which of course angers Mia even more. She grabs onto my shirt, as per her custom, raising a fist as her short snout scrunches up into a snarl. The hallway we're in was mostly empty to begin with, people rushing to the cafeteria to get their lunch action on, but by now it's literally just the two out here. Just us two out here, which means I can't even hope a teacher will come across this scene. Honestly, I'm more infuriated by the fact I can't do anything but wait for my tormentor to get bored than getting beat up in the first place. This is just so pointless. With a frustrated whine, I close my eyes, awaiting the inevitable. Except it doesn't come.
Hey, let him go!
Huh? Was I too fast to think nobody would find us? Opening my eyes, I look to the source of the sound, expecting a teacher or maybe a janitor to come running down the hallway, wagging a finger at me or some shit like that. But instead, what I see is Olivia. A fat cripple. I moan loudly, my entire body going limp in disappointment. If Mia wasn't currently holding me upright, my knees might have given out too. Of all the people in this fucking school, of all the people, it just had to be her. Not Liz, not Ben, not Mr. Latican, nor anyone else in the staff for that matter. No, it just had to be a fat cripple. What is she gonna do? Roll over Mia's feet? Give her the good old verbal karate and hope that it works? Explain to Mia that she's the earth and therefore she should make like a tree and fuck off? Mia was asking for entertainment, so I guess she got plenty of that now. I take a curiosity glance at her face, but in place of her jeer and amusement I was expecting, I only see surprise. Suppose it just hasn't sunken into her yet, but it doesn't take long.
You heard me, almost dino. Let him go.
Oh yeah, because she's half human. Oh boy. Olivia, bullying is wrong. Affair, she's got some horny for THINKO moments in this route. Unlike you, I can sit wherever I want. Hey, horror. Not a moment passes, and Mia is already seething with anger at Olivia's audacity, telling her what to do, or that the gator dared to speak in her in general. Could be either one or both, for what little difference it makes. She's so furious, in fact, that against all odds she lets go of me, walking up to Olivia and looking down at her from real close. Neither of them speaking, and neither of them budging one bit. I'm way too caught up in watching the scene unfold to even move, let alone do anything to help. As if I could. And what's Olivia's plan here anyway? Is she expecting me to run away, or...
Come on, do it, bitch!
Fuck, what is she doing? Taunting me on purpose? There's no way this is gonna end well. I didn't even know Olivia could talk and act like this, but doing it to Mia? What's this fuck got a death wish?
What's the problem? Not tough enough to beat up a cripple?
Even from this distance, I can hear Mia growling, and Olivia just won't let up with the insults.
Oh, afraid of your poor soft scales are gonna bruise? Are you gonna...
Oh fuck, it's happening! In a split second, Mia grabs onto Olivia's pullover, even going as far as lifting her up a few inches from her chair. No, I think she's still attached to that chair. Raptor Jesus, how strong is this girl? Slowly, Mia raises her fist, just like she did while holding me, looking straight into Olivia's eyes with so much hate and bottled up anger that I would probably shit my pants on the spot. But Olivia doesn't even blink. You're on thin ice, you little fuck! One of these days you'll go get what's coming to you, Olivia! She practically spews the last word as if it was the worst insult of the whole bunch.
Try it! You'll get your ass expelled faster than you can blink, almost dino!
A couple of incredibly long seconds pass in this intense stalemate before Mia lets Olivia down, standing tall above the disabled gator with this stain on her face. Almost dino, huh? Snort, that's rich coming from you.
Is it? Maybe you'd like to get our new friend here up to speed on all that. Are you gonna get out of my fucking face now?
I have no idea what they're talking about. But even then, the longer Mia stays silent, it's starting to get quite obvious, even to me, that she's just lost the battle, Only except she doesn't want to admit it. Truth be told, as much as I hate that red bitch, I kind of feel for her now. I hate being outsmarted by Olivia too. Plus, it's just so jarring to hear the laid-back dino I thought she was use this kind of language. Feeling that she's got the upper hand now, Olivia positions her wheelchair to face me, an amused grin appearing on her face.
Hey, Inko, did you know that Mia...
Stop! Don't you dare! Mia's iron grip returns to Olivia's pullover so fast I barely even see her movement. Olivia isn't fazed, though. All she does is raise an eyebrow at Mia, implying that it's her decision whether she spills the beans or not. About whatever she was going to spill. And decide Mia does, to leave us alone, that is. And I can't tell how relieved I am for that. I watch her go, suffering one last super serious death glare from her. And oh boy, I can't wait for Mia to find me alone again. But for the here and now, I can finally breathe. It's over. It's so jover. Olivia rolls over with her chair as she, too, watches me around the corner, with a serious yet self-satisfied expression on her face. Yeah, I suppose she did win after all, huh? Rap G, I'm only now starting to understand what just happened. Olivia stood up to Mia and succeeded. I mean, okay, she's in a wheelchair after all. Beating up someone disabled can end up being a nightmare for Mia, even with the apparent PR department she's got going on in the background. But it also seems like the girl's got some other deeper beef going on, calling each other almost dino and stuff. What could that be about? No, it doesn't really matter. At least this shit is over for now.
Inko, what the fuck?
Or am I not to be so lucky? Uh-huh.
Why do you let her treat you like that? Don't you got a spine?
I
didn't see you having problems picking on me. Are you a big guy only when it comes to bitching to lonely fucks? Jeez, come on, let's get some fucking food. I'm hungry. I'm fat.
But shit. What followed was a very awkward lunch. Sure, I was glad that Olivia got Mia off my back, but, well, I mean, she could have been less of an asshole about it. Once she had the courtesy of at least hearing me out, I tried explaining to her that the very first time I crossed paths with Mia was when she gave me the black eye, so I was just trying not to agitate her. She really didn't respond to that one, not directly anyway. Instead, she started talking to me, at me, about music and stuff, which I took as a sign of her making peace with the situation. I don't get what her problem is, though. Like, oh, a transfer student didn't stand up to the mean bully on his second day of the new school. A bully that's got all kinds of protection even the teachers can't do shit about, by the way. Yeah, that sounds like on the up and up, doesn't it? I was so close to blurting out something like, how we can't all play the cripple victim card, I swear to God. Whatever, I guess I should be happy I didn't get beaten up, that we didn't.
And that's why I only listen to that album when it rains.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Do you lack an opinion? Are you on Reddit? Do you have a Reddit account?
In all realities, Inko has a Reddit account. No, I'm just not paying attention. The conversation has certainly taken a turn from Olivia refusing to talk to me to her basically not wanting to shut up, so I stopped listening long ago.
Whatever, but, do you want to do it?
Do it? Do what?
The CD! Did you listen to it? You did, right?
Oh, the 8-track. That's what she's getting so worked up about? Is that why she's been blathering on and on about music for this long? To set the scene so that I won't notice how excited she's getting? If so, then it's not working. She's not even trying to feign indifference, tapping her fork on her plate impatiently. On a side note, however, it paid off to have lunch with a carnivore for a change. I mean, technically Damien is one too, but he's always been having his tofu shit, or he's been dragged off to town by Ben. How as a carnivore do you have a tofu, man? How do you eat tofu? as a carnivore. It's so stupid. Now I know how to ask for more edible menus. Getting back to the conversation at hand, though. I did.
Really? You actually did you like it? They're pretty killer tracks, right?
Olivia is basically jumping out of her chair. She's getting so excited. And loud, too. On the reverse, I'm trying to shrink into my seat, for once doing all I can to avoid any attention on me. Because, yeah, this is exactly the kind of shit why I was trying to avoid being seen with Olivia in public.
Which one did you like the most? Wait, no, don't tell me. It was okay, fuck it, I'm shit at guessing. Just tell me straight, you depressed sack of shit.
Whoa. Whoa, you sure got some lips on you today.
No. Oh, sorry. Cabin fever. Just answer the question.
Saved by the bell. And cease saved. All hail the almighty, time-blessed miracle worker. Alright, nice talking to you, but I gotta go now. Bye.
Hey! THINKO! Don't you dare leave!
The scraping of chairs against the floor all over the cafeteria drowns out all the rest, and I make my escape as if I didn't hear her. Oh boy. I know I'm being rude right now, but there's only so much shit my brain matter can handle for one lunch break. The rest of the day goes on uneventful, classes that I don't care about, and being surrounded by people I care about even less. And no more of Mia, thankfully. Mostly, I just find myself going from room to room or staring out the windows, thinking all about what has happened between the two girls today, and what could have happened between them in the past. It's quite obvious their rivalry didn't start today. And should I even call it a rivalry? It seemed more like outright hate to me. They both attend the same school, so it stands to reason that they should know about one another. Mia would be very hard to miss due to her nature, and it's impossible to not notice Olivia for an extended period of time. Just like me and my lack of scales or wings, Olivia does stick out like a sore thumb. But that argument between them today, it looked personal. So what happened? I cannot fathom how whatever this could have been started by Olivia. No, it must be something like... Okay, what I can see happening is Mia doing her thing, and it backfiring on her because Olivia's disabled. Rich parent or no, there must be people even Mia can't touch. It's probably why Olivia was so sure of herself today. There ought to have been a big old shitstorm Mia had to wade through, and she's most likely still holding that against Olivia. And by extension, against me now. I was honestly expecting Mia to track me down by the very next period after lunch, to take me out back and beat the living shit out of me for how Olivia spoke to her. And I was expecting the same from Olivia as well, not the beating me up part, but to track me down to whine that I didn't hear her out and stuff. These girls, Rap G. Back when I was joking around with the other guys in Rock Bottom prior to my transfer, bantering about all the different species of dino girls I was going to lay. I could say with utmost certainty that when I thought about getting involved with the girls here, this was not what I meant. And I'm so starting to miss Damien. At least with him, my days were mostly normal, not counting the whole dinoscape, of course. But D is just a lad. Maybe he's not the most interesting guy to be around, and he surely won't get me anywhere near Ben's level of prestige, but he didn't make things worse either. Other than absolutely not caring about anything below the surface. But then again, I guess I could see Olivia having similar thoughts about me right now. Leaving her like that was a rather shitty way of showing my gratitude for her saving my ass. I better apologize to her next time. Nah. I look down at my notebook, and the one I use for every class, and then I realize there must be something seriously wrong with this place. Not one big thing per se, but a myriad little things that continuously trip me up in whatever I do. I mean, how come I don't have a locker yet? I must have been here for more than a week now. That's like the smallest thing ever, and somehow even this feels off. And the rest keeps piling on and on. How come there wasn't like a guide to make sure I fit in and that I find all the classrooms and shit? Even if this was a human school, shouldn't they have done something about that? What Mr. Latican did, setting me up to make friends, even that was leaving me on my own devices. Something so trivial as just a shitty handout brochure would have helped. I always thought schools were big on that kind of thing, but I guess that's strictly reserved for those coming-of-age informational things. No wonder I can't make heads or tails of this damn place, let alone the people. Feeling like I need something reliable to lean on. Something I know, I put my head down and pull out my phone from under the desk. Hitting up some of my good old friends sounds like a pretty good option right about now. They're a couple of time zones away, but I'm sure I can find someone online to chat with. And if not, I'll just scroll through social media to catch up on stuff happening back home. And that's basically what I do till the end of the period. Emerging from the classroom afterwards, commotion at the end of the hallway catches my attention. It's gonna be Ben, isn't it? Instinctively, I flinch, expecting it to be Mia. Will this be what PTSD is like? Oh, I know how that is. Fortunately, though, it's not her. The swirling of bodies isn't to make way for what the white-hot ball of rage. It's just people from the student council, so Ben. I've seen them enough times by now to know. Ben is with them, of course, and by the looks of it, they're putting up posters. Big, shiny, colorful ones. Must be for the charity thing I've been told about. Supposedly the biggest thing ever in the school's history. According to Blue Boy, anyway. Oh, hold on. Is this the thing Mr. Latican teased us with this morning? I could see Ben asking him to do that. Must have been during one of their intimate meetings, too, heh. Although, to be honest, all this does is kill whatever little interest I had before. I don't know. The more people that are trying to get me to do something or sell me on an idea, the more repulsed by it I usually get. Now I can understand the idea behind marketing and a need for advertisement, obviously, but not when it's this blatant. Ever heard about nuance, Ben? How can someone be so influential get something so basic this wrong? But then again, it's not like the people here care, so he might just be going through the motions. It's maybe every 10th passerby student that stops to look at the posters. They're certainly not crowding up around them and stomping each other down to see the big news. I won't either. Maybe if Liz or Damien was here, I'd entertain the idea, humor them with a conversation. Hell, maybe even say hi to Ben and tell him what a good job he's doing. But by myself? Nah, not ever. I'll just go to my room. Turning my back, I leave behind the buzzing beehive. The corridor around me is slowly turning into, not stopping for anything or anyone. Especially for anyone. The afternoon air is quite pleasant, probably the warmest it's been this year. In other circumstances, I'd be enjoying it for sure. But right now, I don't know. This has been quite the day already, but like, what now? I don't have to go see the nurse. I don't have to go play postman. My bruise is all gone. It feels a kinda weird, honestly. Feels a kinda weird. Like when you build up a routine and then stop doing the thing. I could go check on Olivia just for the heck of it, and I guess I did want to apologize to her too, so there's that. But should I? Like, right now? Ugh, decisions. Should I? Should I not? It's, like...
There you are!
Huh? All of a sudden, none other than Olivia appears behind me on the path. She looks uneasy. She looks tired. I think.
I've been looking for you.
Looking for me? I feign obliviousness, but it's so very obvious, though. She came to lecture me for walking away at lunch.
Yeah, because I wanted to apologize for earlier.
Wait, what? Apologize? You? What did you...
For being so hard on you. Mia is... Sorry, she's a huge cunt. I shouldn't have, I shouldn't have yelled at you. That wasn't cool. So I understand why you don't want to talk to me after that. I can tell when people aren't listening.
She looks away, if ever so briefly.
But I wanted to let you know that I'm sorry. This whole place must be new to you, and me making it harder for you isn't.
Biting the last few words, Olivia looks my way again, and I follow suit this time. Wow, yeah, that's very thoughtful of you. Shit, that was laughably way too short. Olivia's looking at me all weird now, too. Fine, I'll do my part proper. Look, no, that's not it. I wanted to apologize as well. I mean, to you. You saved my ass from a beating. The least I should have done was to thank you for it and not run away in the middle of a conversation. So there, I'm sorry too.
Wow, we're just a couple of chumps, aren't we?
Please don't patronize me. She shrugs on that, but doesn't answer. So, where do we go from here? It's a rare enough thing that I don't know what to say in a conversation. Though I guess it's also rare when I respond to an apology with one of my own too. Normally I'd go like, yeah, that's right, and bask in the glow. So all this has me caught off guard. Olivia must be thinking along the same lines, rubbing her neck nervously.
I was,
Yeah?
I was gonna go into town and get my groceries and stuff. Want to take along?
Well, it's not like I was doing anything important, or anything at all. Sure, my supplies are running kind of low anyway.
Supplies? You mean like instant noodles?
What? How'd you know? Have you been spying on me from your window or something?
No, I didn't even know I could see your room from the window. But anyways, instant noodles are like what everyone in the dorm eats. Nobody can cook for shit.
Speaking from experience?
No.
Why, you allergic or something? The only other option would be if she did actually know how to cook, but I just can't see it. But then again, she is fat.
Wrong again. I go visit Dad every now and again, and his cooking is like, oh Lord, it's so godlike.
Your dad?
Yeah, want to meet him? I bet you'd like his shit.
And travel one precise fuck ton of miles both ways? Yeah, no, she can keep her visits to herself. No, I'll just take your word for it.
Yeah, sure, it's not far.
Not far, huh? Nope, no way. If it wasn't far, she wouldn't have been living in the dorms now, would she? Maybe sitting in place for hours and doing nothing is par for the course for her, but those others of us with working appendages do mind. Yeah, I guess it's my loss. She shrugs again, agreeing with my statement, after which the conversation dries up, so instead we get going towards the gates. In one is she slightly elevated, practically hovering if the leg parts of her sprite were more visible. Right, seems like second pass Olivia, yeah. Is this the original Olivia sprite? She seems really small compared to the text box. Yeah, it's one of the beta Olivia sprites. My god, my voice is dying. More water.
Water! Sandy! Water!
Oh. Readjust. Crack my neck if I can. Yep, crack my neck. Hell yeah. And then we'll start again. Once we're out by the parking lot, I realized that I should probably lend Olivia a hand, so that for a change she wouldn't have to tire her arms rolling herself everywhere. Especially since we're about to go downhill. Hold on, let me, I rushed to Olivia, grabbing the handles of her wheelchair before she could plummet down the road into a tree or something. And immediately she freezes up.
What are you doing?
I'm, helping you down the hill.
I live here, Inko. I've been living here for years. I've made this trip a few times by now, if you could believe that.
Fuck. She's right. I unhand her, stepping back. Right, sorry, I wasn't thinking. Now this is real fucking awkward. As we get going again, I lag behind a little to see how she's gonna roll herself, but without getting caught staring. Because I'm about 200% sure that she wouldn't like that. So what's it gonna be? Is she gonna like, let's go, stop, let go, stop, let go, stop? Or roll the thing herself to maintain a constant velocity? Can she even do that on the slope? None of these solutions sound very doable, or only in rather stupid ways, so I'm getting more and more curious. In the end, it turns out to be neither. Olivia keeps a firm grip around the metal thing attached to the wheel, letting herself roll continuously down the hill and only slowing down every now and again before letting gravity do its work. I suppose it can come in handy to have scales in a situation like this. No calluses. But it also means that she randomly lurches forward on spots, especially on the more steep-looking parts. It makes it a little hard to keep pace with her, but nothing too bad. And yet it does raise a couple of questions, mostly pertaining to certain differences in our DNA. Firstly, how would a human do this? Or they just have no option but to have someone manhandle them? The way I tried to do with Olivia just now. I know they have nurses and tard wranglers who get paid to do this, but that sounds really degrading. No wonder Olivia got pissed. And second, do the nurses and relatives ever get accustomed to stuff like this? It's not super annoying to walk beside Olivia with her erratic rhythm or anything, but on the other hand, I don't think I could ever get used to it. Although, if we're friends now, then that's probably something I'll find out sooner or later. In the meantime, I try thinking of something to ask Olivia that'll lighten the mood. Fortunately, she's got her own questions.
That reminds me, by the way, what are human cities like?
Human cities? Why do you want to know?
Oh, come on, it's like the most obvious thing to ask a transfer student where they're from.
Yeah, but that's not what you asked.
I didn't want it to be boring.
And this is the point where I'm starting to just slightly regret coming along. I suppose there's a limit on how long Olivia can act like a normal person, and we must have gone over that threshold back on campus. How does one answer a question like that anyways? I mean, a city is a city. It's the people that make it different. Well, it's a lot like here, I mean. You got your shops and houses and shit, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, so you don't live in caves or anything?
I glance at Olivia, trying to figure out if she's being sarcastic or not. I really can't tell. No, it's not Olivia. No.
Huh. What else?
What else? What else?
I don't know. I don't live there. Why do you think I'm asking?
No, I get it. I just mean the place is called Rock Bottom. It's exactly how it sounds. Like, what do you expect? The place is so small, maps might actually be real size.
Small town, huh? So what's it like there? What are the people like? Do you have local traditions and shit?
You mean like that festival here?
No, I mean pagan, shamanistic rituals and banging drums and loincloths with face paint on. What do you think I was talking about?
Once again, Olivia says her piece with such a straight face, I can't tell if she's seriously asking me this. I kind of want to call her out on it, but then again, I suspect it's some kind of setup for one of her semi-intellectual wisdoms, so I should probably just ignore her remark. Right. Well, no, we celebrate the anniversary of the town's founding, but that's it.
How boring.
Well, excuse me. I'm sorry that I couldn't live up to your expectations of a dirty caveman.
Are you really?
No, what kind of question is that?
No, I don't know. I'm just talking the shit, to be honest.
Yeah, I noticed that. To save the rest of my gray matter, I stay silent after that. Counting the seconds, Olivia keeps her mouth shut. Unfortunately, I don't get very far.
So are you excited
For what?
for the festival? I thought you would be looking forward for a chance to be knee deep in the hoopla.
No, to be honest, I haven't really thought about it, hoopla or no hoopla. I figured I'd go check the stalls and shit when the time comes, but it's not like I have a big red circle on my calendar or anything. I'm not even sure when the festivities will start. But I certainly don't want to miss out on it either. I guess I'm excited.
You guess? What's that supposed to... Oh, fuck.
Olivia suddenly stops her roll, looking at the road with a frown. I don't get it. What's wrong?
Oh, come on, look at this shit. They fucked up the entire sidewalk.
Huh? Oh. I take another look, and yeah, the sidewalk here has been torn up and replaced with gravel and with like small rocks and shit. Not the kind of surface you just breeze through while in a wheelchair. And not only on this side, but basically the whole street too. There are open manholes and all sorts of shit barred off with tape. I walk past the construction site, but I mustn't have noticed it, unlike Olivia, who I could still walk. Unlike Olivia, I could still walk across it perfectly fine.
I hate this. Gotta go around.
Yeah, I don't really see any other option either. It's not like it's such a big deal. So, like, what? We'll just walk around it. I mean, I'll walk and Olivia will do her thing. You know what this reminds me of? Crush an AI, the dialogue type. I mean, I used to have fun with that AI. This Forever Snoot and Dancing Towards Tomorrow has the most amount of brain rot. These three mods I can't stand. Oh, I keep thinking of a new subject as we leave the construction site behind to distract the disabled gator from her shortcomings, if nothing else. But nothing is coming to mind. Or to be more precise, nothing that I can think would interest her. There are about a billion different topics to make small talk with, but not when your conversational partner is Olivia. Sometime later, I notice that we're slowly closing in on the mall, so I decide this is as good as time as any to light a cigarette. Stopping for a second, I look for my lighter and last remaining pack, stashed away inside the lining of my jacket. Olivia notices that I stopped right as I find them, and her jaw basically drops to the floor the very second she realizes what I'm doing. A bewildered expression appears on her face, but I only see it over the dancing, flickering flame. I aim at the end of my cigarette, all without a care in the world.
You smoke? How'd you know I smoked? Can I have one? I had like 20 of them already today.
I take a drag before answering her, replying only on exhale, in a rather more douchey way than was really necessary. Yeah, so what? With another puff, I punctuate the sentence, looking at Olivia expectantly. It's very, very clear from her face that she's got a lot to say about this.
So, nothing.
How odd. For the first time ever since I got to know her, Olivia reserves judgment, looking at me with mute curiosity instead. I don't get what her hang-up is, though. She doesn't exactly come across as a health purist herself. Still, she remains uncharacteristically quiet even as we get going again. Not until after a couple of minutes have passed and I'm close to finishing my cigarette that she speaks up again.
I didn't know that you smoked.
Yeah, well, I do.
Where are you getting it from?
I got a few leftover packs from before coming here. Why?
It doesn't sound very sustainable.
Maybe, but I'll figure something out. I've got connections. And by that, I mean bumming cigarettes off Damien, but Olivia doesn't need to know that. Sounds cooler this way, too.
Connections?
Yeah, I'm not some lost little lamb, you know.
Apparently not. Aren't you afraid someone will see you?
Like who?
Like a teacher?
So, we're not in the school.
Yes, we're not.
She falls silent again after that, and this time for good. Not that I really do mind. Sometime after that, we arrived at the mall and bought our shit, all with a minimum amount of hassle. During that, we talked some, but not a whole lot. It was all kind of robotic, really. It made me a little uncomfortable, but I mostly just chalked it up to us being exhausted after school. It's been a long day. But then again, we did spend more time in the mall than was strictly necessary, eating a couple of hot dogs and checking out a line of bouquets. Or rather, me talking to Olivia into getting a couple of hot dogs and checking out a line of bouquets. Or boutiques, sorry. This mod drains my brain cells. I probably enjoyed it way more than she did, to be honest. It was pretty hard to coax her into entering some of the stores with me at all, not to mention waiting for me as I tried on a couple of outfits. She didn't comment on any of them, didn't say if she thought I looked like a clown or not, and not the opposite, which I wasn't sure if she meant she was still angry at me for the smoking, as if I cared, or if she was just not into this kind of thing. She might not be if her wardrobe is anything to go by. Regardless, I snapped quite a few good pics of myself while I was at it. Can't wait to post them on the Waywit thread tonight. And tonight is right too, as in fact, it wasn't until early in the evening that we got back to the campus, way later than I would have arrived on my own, of course. Olivia's pace isn't drastically slower than mine, but it adds up to some real time, more so considering the detour we had to take both ways. Anyway, there we said goodbyes to each other, and then we both went to our respective dorms. I was already yawning like a mofo by the time I got to my room, so almost immediately I fell face first into bed. It took virtually no time at all for sleep to have found me. Oh boy. Just a half hour more. Oh, I think I'm getting pretty good at these mornings. That's not to imply I was ever bad at them, of course, but still, waking up so far from home had certainly become easier. The bed under me and the ceiling above feel more familiar now, and so do the lousy painted walls. The bedside table feels like it's serving its actual function as a bedside table instead of being the thing to use instead of my real bedside table that isn't missing all of my random trash that I don't need but won't throw away. Waddling to the bathroom also feels like waddling to the bathroom and not the place that is not my bathroom. And perhaps the most of all, on normal days, I'm back to waking up only a couple of minutes before my alarm could go off, not 50. All in all, things are looking up. I guess culture shock can only take so long to get over. Of course, I knew that I could get over it, naturally. Never doubted myself for a second. Skip. Yeah, okay, maybe I was a little whiny, but I had good reasons. Like getting beat up, among some other things. But I'm so over that now. What I loathe, though, is having nobody to share these wonderful feelings with. I go about my morning ritual while pondering this conundrum. When did we get Damien's number? I don't remember getting Damien's number anywhere in this. Unless it was explained in the thoughts. I feel like that would be more of an important tidbit than a throwaway thought. So, I want to die. Forever Snoot is not a mod. Yeah, it's its own project. It's literally Tyranno Builder. So, let's don't call, seeing as we never really got Damien's number, unless it was in the thoughts, but I'm not going to count the thoughts as canon right now, because we're not doing them, so don't call. Yeah, nah. How about I don't paint a bullseye on my forehead when I don't need to? Sounds like the idea of the century. Nevertheless, I pick up the phone, still resting on the bedside table, and look for Damien's number. Actually, I don't need to look for it at all. It's the very first item on the list. A habit I picked up is that I always make a point of saving a new contact with an underscore in the front so it'll always be at the top. After a while, I do of course remove it once I've memorized the name and number, but I find that the newer a contact is, the more likely it is that I will need to call it regularly. Something something 28 rule something something. Nothing like misdialing a girl named Emma because you know three of them, or losing a Daniel amidst the myriads of other similar names. At any rate, I spent a few good seconds just looking at the screen, thinking if maybe I made the wrong decision. I probably didn't, though. While I'm at it, I also checked the time. I still got plenty if I want to arrive to class just the right amount of minutes late. Some think tardy is a bad word, but I'm more flexible than that. Tardy really is just a synonym for easygoing, and that's just what I am. With all that time I have to go, with all that time I have, I'd go get a smoke in too. Now that I can get out of the balcony anytime I want. But it rained last night, and what I'm not is a fan of moisture. Stepping in puddles, sitting on wet shit, ugh. And Raptor Jesus, the humidity, not very compatible with shades, to say the least. And let's not even mention having to sit on a crowded bus where everyone is around you is soaked to shit, but they're also sweaty because they dressed up expecting to get soaked to shit. I don't know if there's a hell or not, but if so, I can certainly imagine some layers of it being just that. Breathing musky smelling, choking caveman stench forever. Anyways, where was I? Right, I should probably pack up my stuff and head to class. No smoke break as it may be, but I still need to stop by the vending machines. Today's choice of snacks is potato chips, bacon flavored. Going with the theme of getting familiar with stuff, putting the change in and waiting for the machine to shit out my food is feeling all automatic too. I think I'm starting to build up a real morning routine over here. The same is true for walking through campus. I'm basically on autopilot. Except for avoiding all the damn puddles, of course. Being fashionably late as I am, there's only a couple of students that I cross paths with, but nobody stops me, which is good. While they don't seem like they could be Mia's pawns, I'm still expecting some form of retaliation from her. Whatever is coming, looks like it's not going to happen this morning, though. The only perhaps shady figure I see is that old fart of a gardener, Mia's dad. And I could see him being a drug dealer way before being Mia's errand boy. I watched the guy going about his business on the muddy walkways and in between the flower beds as I walked past him. He's dressed appropriately, but still, I'd hate being in his place. Flowers and bushes and shit make for excellent tiny natural aquifers, so I hate touching them. I really don't get what people could ever like about a day after a night of heavy rain, but by God, I know some of those psychos are out there. Eventually, I make it to the building and to my class, so I have to stop thinking about weirdos and their weird habits and start the day proper. Snoot adjacent, I should say. Or so I think, but then it turned out that my arts teacher just might be the biggest weirdo of them all, ordering us into the gardens for some field work. Not gardening, of course, but to draw. So now I'm out here armed with papers, pencils, and a wooden board. It was the teacher's idea that today we're going to be drawing the exterior of the school building while taking in the atmosphere to inspire our fledgling souls, because this is a rare and golden opportunity. Yeah, sure is an opportunity, if his goal was to piss me off. Oh, I hate this so much. For about 20 minutes now, I've been standing here trying to draw while holding up the board with my other hand. But it's just bad. My progress is slow, and I'm not satisfied with it at all. To make things worse, I'm basically the only one standing, because apparently nobody else here cares about dirtying their clothes. All of my classmates are perfectly content sitting in neat little circles on the dewy grass and chatting cheerfully. That's because they're probably dinosaurs. They don't care. Honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore. Weirdos, all of them. What surprises me instead is how much I'm starting to sound like Olivia in her stupid rhetoric. I guess the difference is she thinks people are worthless because she's trying too hard to be cryptic, while I'm actually good at gauging at how lame they are. A couple of more minutes pass as I do my best drawing the building, only to end up getting more and more frustrated. Suddenly, laughter erupts from the group of dinos near me. Well, I know that they haven't been talking about me. It's the last fucking nail in the coffin. Angrily huffing, I put the pencil away, looking at somewhere to sit. The stairs, they're made out of stone at least, no vegetation. Or should I go for a bench? I bet they're wet as hell, but it must be better than sitting on the ground like some savage. Or do I just bite the bullet and sit in the grass like everyone else? Ugh, why does every single thing need to be so fucking retarded in this place? Where do I even...
Looking for a seat? I've got one right here.
Oh great, just the person I wanted to see. Not.
Or maybe you'd want to sit in my lap. Best seat in the house, I promise. Preheated and everything.
Aren't you cold-blooded, though?
And great cushions.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be in class? I also wanted to add, instead of making my day actively worse, but I gulp it down.
I am, same as you.
She points over to another congregation of dinosaur folks sitting in and around the other side of the gardens, busying themselves drawing. And here I thought our teacher was a bit cuckoo in the head, but apparently he's a trendsetter.
We're drawing the building.
Is that like a thing?
Nah.
I mean, that's what we're doing too, and I just don't understand why. Olivia gives me a weird look.
Yeah, THINKO, I don't know if you heard, but people sometimes draw buildings.
No, really.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Well, I guess it's getting drenched to shit must pass for regular pastime around here. At least Olivia sure as shit isn't picking up on what I'm implying. Although she's sitting in a chair like she always does, maybe she's not seeing the problem because it's not a problem for her. I should have taken her up on her offer and made her sit on the ground. Perhaps then she'd figure it out.
All right, show it to me.
No, what?
You're drawing.
Just like that, I realize I'm still holding the wooden board up. Taking a look at the half-assed draft I drew, I'm definitely leaning towards not showing Olivia. It's not my best work, to put it lightly. But it's not like it's my fault it turned out shitty. The stupid way they forced us to do it made me absolutely not invested in the work, so it's not like I wanted it to be good. It still got my style, and I suppose it's still better than what half my peers could churn out, but oh well. I shrugged, then passed the board over to Olivia. Knock yourself out. But it's not my best work, just so you know.
Sure.
Olivia takes the board from me eagerly, shooting me one last amused look. Her attention then turns to the drawing, and so the expression on her face changes. Even though I care little for this particular work of art, I find myself tensing up as I wait for Olivia's opinion. She looks curious, a little surprised even. I don't know what that's all about. Was she expecting it to be irredeemably garbage? Why would I be here if I didn't know how to draw? Eventually, Olivia gives the board back to me while holding up her own.
It's pretty good, dude. Way better than mine.
I take a look at her scribbles and... yeah. Now that's bad. I mean, it's not awful, perhaps even slightly above average, but also definitely far from being good. Which is a real surprise after having seen what she can do with a paintbrush. I honestly thought Olivia was the better artist of the two of us, even if I didn't want to admit it. But this is,
You can say it. I know it isn't good.
Yeah, but how? Why? With a sigh, Olivia puts the board back down on her lap, facing down.
I'm not used to drawing on horizontal surfaces. I know it shouldn't be hard, but painting is different, and that's what I know.
I don't really have a reply to that, but at the same time, I definitely feel great, having bested Olivia at something. I know that I shouldn't be overly proud at being better than a fat cripple at anything, but Olivia is a good artist, and I'm certainly satisfied knowing that I managed to outdo her. At least when it's not about painting, she would probably still beat me at that. In the lull that sets in between us, Olivia looks back towards the rest of her classmates, scratching under her chin absent-mindedly.
And I don't care about this class a lot, you know. That's why I came over to chat and stuff.
Huh, I sure wouldn't have taken her for the delinquent type. And why me, anyway? Don't you have your classmates to talk to? Olivia's eyebrows perk up at my question, and she stops with the scratching of her neck, giving me a pointed look.
I don't care about my classmates.
Wow, that is not normal.
I don't need to be popular to exist, THINKO.
Whoa, where did that come from? Yeah, popularity is an illusion, I know, you said that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I pause for a second to give my words some gravity, then continue. What if I wasn't here today, or if at all? What would you do then?
Then I wouldn't be talking to anyone.
She punctuates her statement with a shrug, and I honestly can't tell if she's being earnest or not, like usual. That's just not healthy.
Oh, so pray tell why you aren't talking to your classmates.
I could be if I wanted to.
Yeah, but I couldn't. Are you serious?
Well, I stopped myself short before I could say something I'd regret. Usually I'm not the kind to let my words get away from me, but something about Olivia provokes me into speaking without first thinking about my delivery. This Olivia is thirsty. Yeah, sadly. It's weird, just like everything else. So what was I about to say here? Berate Olivia for coming to talk to me instead of someone else? Make her leave? I mean, even though I hate her cheesy jokes and pathetic attempt at banter... I should probably drink water. I'm barely even into this bottle. Even though I hate her cheesy jokes and pathetic attempts at banter, I don't actually mind our conversations anymore that much. I guess I've kind of accepted that people are gonna see me hanging out with a cripple. So, nothing. Never mind. Now she looks even more surprised than before. Hints of anger on her face are still visible, but they're fading fast.
Okay.
So, back to the classics. When in doubt what to say, ask the other person about themselves. People love talking about themselves.
You want to know why I tried to be... Do you want to know why trying to be popular is stupid?
Or not. I guess that's only true for normal people. Though I suppose a weird conversation is still better than no conversation. And it's definitely leagues better than standing here getting angry over having to produce art in unacceptable circumstances. So even if only as a distraction to pass the time, this should be good. I'll just have to adjust my brain to not take anything I hear too seriously. Do enlighten me. As I give her the green light, a nigh visible spark ignites in Olivia's eyes. She cocks her chin up energetically.
Because it's dishonest and it's a no-brainer.
2 sentences in and she's already lost me. And they weren't even long sentences or anything. I hold a hand up to stop her from continuing what I assume to be a very well-rehearsed speech to interject with a question. How exactly is it a no-brainer? If it would be so easy, everyone would be popular.
Don't you mean nobody would be? And I didn't say it's easy. I said it's a no-brainer.
Those are literally the same thing.
No, THINKO, they're not. Plus, you're leaving the other half out. Dishonesty. Wanting to be popular is pursuing a goal someone else set for you. You didn't need to think about why you wanted it and how to reach it.
What? That's not how this shit works. Not by far. That's even more stupid. Nobody is forcing me to want to be popular, and they certainly aren't telling me how to go about it. Why do you think it's called a social ladder? There are obviously the less popular people at the bottom, people that suck ass at reaching their goals. Even serial killers get famous, and there's no way you're going to explain to me how someone told them to go out there and kill.
That's not... Okay, let's back up a bit. We're in school, right? So if you want to be popular, all you have to do is be one of the cool kids. Does that sound right to you?
I guess.
Okay, but if instead of high school, we're talking about Kung Fu Dojo, how does one become popular at a Kung Fu Dojo?
By being good at Kung Fu? I don't know.
Me neither, but that's what I would have said too. Now, do you need to be good at Kung Fu to be popular here at St. Hammond's?
Can't hurt.
No, but do you absolutely need it?
What are you getting at?
I've already said it. To be popular is to feel a set of goals already made up for you. And that's exactly why I'm saying that it's dishonest. Because all you have to do is mold your personality into a bunch of filled-in checkboxes. So what happens when what makes you cool changes? You're left with a personality someone else made up for you and forced onto yourself, and now you're either stuck this way for reasons you never realized, or you throw it all away to chase the next best thing. No matter what you choose, you'll end up shaped like a person, but not an actual one. You won't even know who you are, other than a bunch of labels and random nouns and adjectives.
My God, Olivia, please stop talking. My God.
So there, stupidity and falsehood.
Speech over? Okay, wow, I can say I fully understood what she just said. But even then, I understood enough to ask myself, why? Why did she feel the need to explain this to me, now, right now? Does Olivia think she needs to save me from this horrible future, to warn me to not let vanity ruin my life? Miss, don't you dare help me down the hill. For a quiet person, she can sure use a lot of words to say something that doesn't need to be said. This enigma intrigues me so bad, in fact, that I decided to ask Olivia about it. I see. Thank you for the double standard.
Double standard? What are you...
Let me ask you this. Why did you tell me all that?
Do I need a reason?
So you're saying you didn't have one. You thought it's normal conversation material to tell someone that their goals in life aren't their own, and even if they were, they wouldn't matter and couldn't possibly lead to an happy ending. Just like that. That shuts Olivia up for far longer than I thought it would, shuffling around in her wheelchair uncomfortably. Does she seriously not think it through? Which would be worse, even, if Olivia was such a social retard that she says things for the sake of saying them, or if she wanted to help and accidentally crossed the line while doing so. I can see equal chance for both, honestly, so which is it going to be? Although, knowing Olivia, maybe there's a third angle I'm not seeing, because I need a degree in theology to even know its existence. My God, I'm dying. What's even way worse now is that I think about it, is that she felt the need to warn me in the first place. Did I, somewhere along the line, give the impression that I cared about what she thinks?
I didn't mean to offend you.
Well, that's vaguely neutral. I still can't tell what her intentions could have been. With a sigh, I finally gave in, sitting down on the grass. Though, to put my highly civilized caveman talents to practice, I do sit on the board we were handed, and not on the ground itself, shitty drawing included. Olivia watches me mutely, probably waiting for me to say something. It's fine. But you know, if you say stuff like that to people, someone might just think you're rude. Like a lot. Olivia frowns at that, looking over to her classmates again, and then turning back to me.
I don't know. I don't normally do it. I don't know. You're different.
Different how?
Look, it's, like 90% of the people here can't hold a conversation with me. And I know that must be kind of be my fault. But only because I expect them to talk about things that interest me. I don't really care, like, the game last night or anything like that. And I know I can come across as rude and weird and stuff, but I figure people who aren't into the shit I am can go their own way and live their lives, and I'll live mine, and we'll both be better off. It's not a big deal.
Oh my god, Olivia, please. You're gonna end the stream quicker for me.
But you usually take my shit as well, so I don't know, I just said it.
Olivia looks down at her lap at this point, playing with the wheels of her chair awkwardly. It must be her vision of when people shuffle around from one foot to the other or something. It's so distracting that I almost miss what she's saying next, and it takes effort not to stare.
I know I'm talking big, but I'm not really social like you. I haven't been for a while. A long while. Ugh. If I tried to talk to my classmates, it would either end up being a conversation I don't care about, or I'd talk my ass at them about stuff that or I'd talk my ass off at them and they just think I'm a nerd.
Okay, now that's something else. And kind of depressing. If she thought that being in the middle of class was the appropriate moment to share that, then she really must feel comfortable talking to me. I mean, I know that I grumbled about Damien hiding stuff from me. Still do, but this is like going off the other end in a monster truck that's on fire and doing backflips. Though I can't deny that's eerily similar to what I was thinking about just now, how I almost let something slip simply because it's Olivia I was talking to. But then again, that must be because I simply let my guard down around the weirdo that she is. Well, her problem is that she's a weirdo to begin with. Well, have you ever tried, like, having fun?
What do you mean?
She stops with the fidgeting around, looking at me with curiosity this time. Yeah, fun, like, what is there in this town that a cripple can do for fun? There's about 1,000,000 things teenagers can do, but for someone stuck in a wheelchair, that's kind of a limiting thing. Shit, I don't even know if there's any bars here or anything. I'm all sure we're sparse, and I haven't seen downtown proper. Wait, I got it. Billiards. Damien and some of his friends once mentioned a place like that. Well, do you play pool?
Pool? You mean like 8-ball or...
Yeah. Olivia is clearly taken by surprise at my proposal.
I used to.
I didn't expect that. Really?
Yeah, with Dad. But that was before I moved into the dorms.
Want to go do it again sometime?
You know a place like that?
I could theoretically find such an establishment. Olivia giggles at my choice of words.
You and your connections, huh?
Damn straight. Wait. Hold on. Crap, Damien won't be back until the weekend, will he? I could probably find someplace on Rockle Maps even without him, but I don't want to accidentally go to a pricier bar than I have to. It's also entirely possible that Damien knows the owner of a bar or the manager or some shit like that, so it could be worth our while to wait for him to get back. I could definitely see Mr. Community Guy scouting out places for Ben and Co. But then again, we could just pre-game it in the dorms. That is, granted that Damien would even be on board with that. I really don't know what his take on drinking booze would be, one way or the other. My worry probably shows on my face too, because all of a sudden Olivia's smile vanishes, and she looks at me with concern again.
Something wrong?
Nah, it's just that my guy won't be around till the weekend, so we should probably wait for him.
Your guy?
Yeah, he's a classmate, actually. Damien?
The dude with the freaky neck flaps.
LOL. That's him.
Cool, he's a cool dude.
You know him?
We were classmates, you know. Of course I know him.
Shit, right. That makes sense. Now I feel stupid. Yeah, but I mean, have you ever actually talked to him? Nice save.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, he's usually with that prick of a friend of his, so I keep my distance.
And in every reality, Olivia hates Ben. Some things just don't change. Sweet Rap G, I swear this must be the most amazing conversation I've had in a long time. Prick friend? Is she talking about fucking Ben? Is she fucking Ben? There aren't a lot of people she could mean, plus knowing Olivia's stance on popularity and the people here in general, it's very easy to see why she wouldn't like him. But holy shit, I better get a handle on my reactions before my sides ascend into orbit right here in public. Oh yeah, that guy is a total D-hole.
Huh?
What, you don't think so?
No, I mean I do. It's just funny to hear you say that.
Ty, do I even want to know? I already suspect that I'll regret asking, but why?
Seriously, what do you mean, why? You two are so alike.
Wow, okay, keep that up and I might just get offended after all. Olivia bursts out in laughter at this point.
But you're literally the same. Only he is actually popular and you're not.
Yet. And that's not true anyway.
How isn't it true? You both live for the acceptance of others and basically nothing else.
Oh great, now we're back to this shit. Gee, I don't know. How come you avoid him? But then went out of your way to talk to me just now,
Are you telling me you would tolerate me even if you had other people to hang out with? You wouldn't be afraid of your precious prestige?
I hate her for being so right. I was trying to avoid her exactly for the sake of my reputation, and I don't even have a reputation yet. I'm not like Ben. In the end, that's the only thing I can say. Not sure why I even bother. I mean, I sure as fuck don't agree with Olivia here, but she sees through my bullshit like I can't even make an apt comparison. Before Olivia could respond, the bell goes off, and I hear the teacher hollering for us to turn in our works. Panicked, we both scramble to put something halfway decent on paper, each of us returning to our own classmates to hand in the assignment. There's only a short farewell between us, and a promise to meet up in the cafeteria for lunch. 2 more minutes. The rest of the morning goes by without much note happening, and I can hardly wait for lunch period to arrive. So once again, I reiterate I miss Damien. It really makes these days a lot more bearable. And let alone Damien, but I haven't seen Ben around either, or Liz. Although that last part isn't much of a surprise, because Liz can be elusive like a fart in the wind. Quite the skill for someone who sticks out of a crowd, vertically. In any case, the only leftover sign of the student council today are the posters that they have put up. And, well, since I'm waiting for Olivia to show anyway, I might as well check them out this time. There seems to be 2 or 3 variants, all in different colors, so I walk up to the closest bunch and take a look. My first impression is that they all look fine for what they are. It's your usual fever dream of someone with access to micro-hard word clip art trying to appear professional. They almost got it too, at least on some of the posters. I don't know who did what. I mean, I can imagine the student council having a guy for stuff like this, but I could tell that there definitely was a vision. Or like 3 separate visions. Whatever. Skimming through the text in no particular order, I try to get the gist of it in as few words as possible. Blah, blah, charity event. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, this Friday, so we get a free... Wait, after classes? Now, that's a bold decision. And what's the... Help on a construction site? Oh, wow, so what? Is it like, prepare to get exhausted? Holy shit. Are they being serious with that? What the fuck are they thinking? Charitable work, some good old labor, and lots of fun. Oh boy. Anyway. With 2 exclamation marks and a smiley face, no less. And donations? But we're students, and art students at that. Maybe Ben's hoping that people will get so excited that they'll tell about the event at home, and is he banking on the parents getting into a betting war over who's the most generous? I can see that happening, honestly.
Hey!
Who was that?
What are you looking at?
Olivia appears next to me, rolling up the posters I've been checking out. Meanwhile, I'm left wondering how she's so good on sneaking up on me. One would think the sound of her wheelchair would give her away, but I must have gotten so used to them by now that I'm, like, filtering the noise out or something. As she inspects the placards, the look on Olivia's face gradually changes from amusement to disbelief, going through the same phases I have. It's really something, isn't it?
Yeah, charity. So we're like totally going, right?
We look at one another, all serious-like, for the span of maybe 2 seconds before the poker face falls and we burst out in a fit of giggles.
Raptor Jesus, what were they thinking with this?
Yeah, right? Now do you understand why I was saying everything is retarded with you dinos? Olivia gestures with her hands in the air for something, but no words come out. She's still snickering so hard. After we go on for a couple more seconds until another voice joins the fray. Mia? A voice that I, unfortunately, immediately recognize. Oh, would you look at that? Not one loser, but a pair of them! Shit, I haven't seen a single sign of Mia all morning, so I almost forgotten that she even exists. Her appearance alone made my face freeze up in a stupid grimace mid-chuckle. But now I tactically I shut up and silenced the rest of my laughter to avoid agitating the red menace. Olivia, on the other hand, isn't quite so restrained.
What do you want?
Ignoring the question, Mia steps forward to stand between us, from which I hastily back away, but instead of delivering us pain, she starts looking at the posters herself. Hands on hips, she sizes them up as if this was the first time she was seeing them, which isn't actually that hard to believe, appearing way calmer than I've ever seen her to be. That's not to say she isn't angry, but more like her default passive state of being angry, instead of actively trying to rip my head off. So far. This uncharacteristic behavior of hers gives me a chance, though, to try and get a proper measure of her for once. I still fear that she's going to go from zero to murder at any moment to get revenge on us for Olivia's shit yesterday, but I do try to sneak in a glance nonetheless. I'd lie if I said I wasn't at least a little curious about Mia. Her headstrong nature, in a way, I can almost respect it. Maybe we wouldn't be at all that different. If only Mia didn't have her temper, we could both be born leaders. Of course, that's only mere speculation at this point. I could be totally wrong here for how little I understand her thought process. Those clear-cut blonde locks, those stern eyes, what could be going on behind them? For instance, what does Mia think about this stupid charity thing? I'm sure she won't entertain the idea even for a second. And apparently Olivia does too, because once again, it's her who breaks the silence.
You can't be seriously thinking about going.
Oh, I'm going, all right. Wait, you? Seriously? I can't help but blurt out the question, baffled through and through. Although the dirty glare and accompanying annoying snort Mia gives me in response ensures that I shut my mouth for the rest of the conversation. I want to be there to laugh at the blue retard when he realizes nobody cares for him and his gay little projects. Wow, now that's just sad. Even though it's probably true, like, who in their right minds would turn up to an event like this on a Friday afternoon?
Asshole!
I am not the one laughing at him behind his back. You two-faced fucks. Later, losers. And just like that, she's gone. Neither Olivia or I speak up as we watch her go, and actually not for quite a while after that. This run-in with Mia was odd. For one thing, it must have been the most I ever talked to her in a civilized manner, or well, as civilized as this was anyhow. But at the same time, I cannot deny that she's right. I mean, I obviously wouldn't go and laugh at Ben to his face, yet fact is, we did laugh. With mixed feelings, I look at Olivia and note with some relief that she seems equally embarrassed. But then there's a hint of some other emotion on her dino face, one that I can't guess. All right, so anyway, how about we act like this never happened? Ignorance is bliss and stuff like that. You think they'll serve pizza today at lunch?
Maybe.
Cool. Want to get some?
Sure.
And that's where I'm going to stick a fork in it for the day. Oh, my God. Save that shit. What a headache. Ben just jump scared me. Okay. Yeah, my voice is out. I'll still set it up for Friday, but if I'm not feeling good, it'll definitely get postponed. I want to say we're on new dialogue, but I'm gonna have to check out like the first playthrough of this to see if like it is new, because I remember the first time we played through, we just went our own way because I didn't like Olivia. And I think it just stopped abruptly somewhere, but I'll have to get a refresher on that. My goldfish brain isn't as good as it used to be. I was like pulling teeth, yeah. Looks like there was an update of what words can't say on the Boru. On the Boru. Hold on. Give me a moment. You sure it's just not a... The link hasn't just been ported there? That's not what I wanted. I don't see any new updated links. Unless you're talking about like art. Maybe. I don't even see art. I see a lot of coal. I see definitely a lot of coal on the front page, man. Awful. Mods, I thought it was already there. I could be wrong. No, I don't think they put it up there. A lot of what was announced during SnootCon did not make its way to the Boru at all. I had to get that through like Discords and shit. Oh. Anyways, tomorrow's Bug Fables. Friday we'll try and get more of this finished up. Hopefully it's not as long. I don't know. I'm trying to put in 3 hours. It's hard. But my voice is tattered. I don't know if I'm going to see the light of day from this one, man. But yeah, to switch screens. I don't know. Just keep an eye out, I guess. Friday. We'll continue this.